Yeah, well, the big go on Thursday was Parables when it was $8.50. It's now into $5.50. The other, it's now third favourite at $5. Look, she's going to improve it.
Silver Shadow Stakes. Obsequious
in front of a couple of runners. Dance of the Ocean, one of those with Parables, has got back to second last, and Lohan is last of all. He's let this run today. Solar Charge, 3 lengths Obsequious running second. Chance Buy is third from Biggie 2-pack, and then More Strawberries in fifth and being ridden along, followed by Ellen Bari, Slow the Flow, Golden Millennium, and then Dance of the Ocean. Amber's Waltz is well back, so is Parables, who's held up for running between horses, and Lohan is last of all. Solar Charge, the leader, coming into the straight, led by 2 on Obsequious, swing a little bit wider. Then Chance Buy, followed by More Strawberries, Dance of the Ocean, Ellen Bari, and Parables back to the inside, but Solar Charge has got them all off the bed. It's in front as they run down with 150 to go. Chance Buy and Parables are chasing him with Obsequious. Parables is coming at Solar Charge. Look at Parables! She flew over the top of them and won it. Beat Solar Charge, then Chance Buy. Then at the head of the others next, Ellen Bari. Swing a little bit wider. Then Chance Buy, followed by More Strawberries, Dance of the Ocean, Ellen Bari, and Parables back to the inside, but Solar Charge has got them all off the bed. It's in front as they run down with 150 to go. Chance Buy and Parables are chasing him with Obsequious. Parables is coming at Solar Charge. Look at Parables! She flew over the top of them and won it. Beat Solar Charge, then Chance Buy. Then at the head of the others next, Ellen Bari with More Strawberries and also Millennium.
Well, the wraps on her were right. Number 7, Parables, just her 4th start. She is now the winner of the Silver Shadow Stakes. Little Solar Charge did everything right, but this filly on her inside was just too strong. Parables for Tim Clark.
And with Liverpool Silver Shadow Stakes, Clarkie, she's one of the best horses in Australia, this girl, I'm telling you.
Outstanding win, wasn't it, Rich?
Main event of the day, the New Zealand Bloodstock Memsie Stakes. Let's have a look at the Super Tab readout. On track with the bookies and on the tote. Punters have got real dramatic action in the...
The punters are with Shootout. Can the Horse of the Year, Typhoon Tracy, beat Shootout? Tell me.
By the 1,000 metres, and Typhoon Tracy had an easy lead, out by a length. So You Think in second placing, 2 lengths away. Shootout doing it tough at the moment, out 3 deep field. Typhoon Tracy leads by a length and a half to So You Think, a half's Abrasive, and moving up Shootout on the outside, followed by Who Begot You, a length and a half. Veldemoro, Bucciolati, Sermione making a move as they came to the corner, followed by Bright Night, Moatees and Faint Perfume. Typhoon Tracy leads in the Memsie around the turn from So You Think, Abrasive, Who Begot You, and then came Shootout into the straight now, and So You Think given full ball, raced up to tackle Typhoon Tracy. Who Begot You's in the clear, he's starting to run on well. Shootout was battling behind them, 3 across the track. So You Think hits the lead, but Who Begot You the danger. So You Think, Who Begot You. So You Think responding for Steve Arnold. So You Think is back, 3/4 of a length on Who Begot You. Photo finished for third. Shootout finished hard, and Typhoon Tracy battled away. They were followed closely by Abrasive, Veldemoro.
So You Think is a star and wins like a star should. Runs.
He give you the feel of a damn good horse.
He did, yeah. He's pretty special. When you ride him, you know, you can't take your eyes off him looking to, you know, when you just see him walking around the yard. So,
they told me he looked great in the yard. I wasn't there yesterday. They told me he looked fantastic. So with So You Think coming back with a bang, the Cox Plate market has certainly changed. Plenty of reassessing here. So You Think $4.20 to defend.
Want to lay into. He's a real good horse to winner, isn't he? Could be the best horse in Australia. First up there after such a long layoff. He's had a wind operation.
You can't win a Cox Plate as a 3-year-old and not be a superstar. You know, you just can't do it.
With half the throat, because I think he can hardly breathe. He's had the wind operation. That was a sensational performance. When someone like...
Welcome back here to Flemington for the Maccabi Diva Stakes. This is the feature race this afternoon, Group 2 level. Many of these for an update shortly from the betting ring. But Vigor leads the market from Dan Lee, who's shorter in New South Wales. No surprise.
Shocking continues to drift out to 21. Now, Master
Consul 5th, and then Heart of Dreams. He's out 3 wide, being followed by Chartreux. Rebel Raider on the fence. 1 further back is Danley. Then a length away is Murian Shocking, followed by Master O'Reilly. A long way back, Sailor Gear, followed by Zavit, and then Dr. Fremantle and Delandy last, about 12 first to last. 600 left to go. Sterling Prince only narrowly from Vigor on the outside, and Speed Gifted a little wider out, and then Heart of Dreams. Red Ruler Monaco Consul ridden along. On the outside, Danley as they They swing for home and further back is Chartreux. Rebel Raider near the inside, and then came Shocking and Sailor Gear passing the 400 metres, and Vigor burst to the lead now. Speed Gifted goes with him, and Heart of Dreams. Ollie's starting to wind him up now, and they're clear from Shocking running on, and then Dan Lee. Heart of Dreams got up level with Vigor. Here comes Shocking on the outside. Vigor, Heart of Dreams and Shocking. Shocking racing up to Heart of Dreams and Vigor. Shocking the cup winner. What a great performance. Shocking wins it by a half. Heart of Dreams. 3/4 Vigor third. Danley Wren fourth. Then Sailor Gear, Monaco Consul, Zavit, Sterling Prince followed.
Kilos more in the Melbourne Cup this year than last year. On that performance, he's a 6 kilo better horse. He lined them up top of the straight, runs past him. He doesn't win second up normally. He's come back in brilliant form, this horse. I have to watch the replay.
This is a darn good horse, a really good style, we know that. But, gee, I reckon, to my eye, Sam, he's even better this year. He looks a better horse. And
different horse. He switched from
20 years. There's only been 2 horses win the Melbourne Cup with more than 56, Maccabi Diva and Jern. It's an interesting one.
Jern.
Given that he...
Favourite here in Shocking, Mark, because last year en route you were beaten by Elko Pop. I think he's the forgotten horse. I know I'm a big Elko Pop fan.
Rosehill Gardens on Mad About the Hat Day. It is the Sebring Sprint, formerly known as the Theo Mark Stakes, and we have a pretty quality sort of a field here. More Joyous, $1.80 on the tote, and the favourite first up winner in the Shirako Stakes. She's $2.30 on course, and it seems a battle of the 4-year.
4 to move up. Centennial Park Snipers will Walling, Brilliant Light, a bit stirring in gate 1. Off now. And Rothsay began only fairly. He's going to settle down about midfield, and More Joyous came out very quickly, and she'll get across easily in the early stages to Tyre's Choice last of all. So no excuses for the leader, More Joyous. She's still in front as they come into the straight. Leads from on the outside, Desperado and Sniper's Bullet. Then Brilliant Light, Drum Beats. Rothsay still back on the inside. He's looking for a run on it. And then Black Piranha as they turned for home, and More Joyous came off the inside, but she's full of running. She's well clear from Brilliant Light. Then Drum Beats. Rothsay is starting to give chases into the clear now, but he'll want to get moving because More Joyous looks all over a winner at the 100. She's 3 in front, and she'll absolutely bolt in. She'll win it easing down. More Joyous beats Rothsay. Drum Beats third. Then Black Piranha, followed further back by Centennial Park. Then Desperado.
Special. She really, Joan Gay said, and Gay's given to hyperbole, that yesterday she said this horse is not the best, not better than Tuesday Joy, it's better than Sunline. I said, Gay, drop off. And now you can ask her about it. I asked, she was serious, and now.
Yeah, well, they put it on a platter for her, though. They were 49-1 for the first 4 furlongs. So, you know, you're going to have to be pretty good to be running this sort of horse down. But physically, she looks a different horse totally. And she's winning with dominance now. And she
could be a Dane Ripper, Sunline, Epsom, Fox Plate. I mean, she does look pretty awesome at the moment. I take Mark's point, relatively soft lead, but she was explosive, and I think we are going to see the very best of her this time around.
Mare too that runs along. This one's adaptable. Look, I've said for a long time, this is as good a mare as I've seen for a long, long time. Her pedigree suggests that she's going to get further as well.
30s and form stewards in today's feature race, the Dato Tan Chinnam race, that Typhoon Tracy will be ridden off the speed. Now, every speed map in the country's got Typhoon Tracy leading at whatever tempo you $2.80. I think Johnny Wallace would mind leading, but Starther will have none of it. Uber Gotcha $2.80, and the big 3 here, Typhoon Tracy. Well, it's gone for a bath in betting since that news came through, Shane.
No surprise there. Hissing Sid had the lead. Going around the 800 turn, just over a length in front. Precedence running second, and Shootout tucked in third, the inside, 3/4 away to Zipping. A further 2 lengths, a touch more, in fact, to Typhoon Tracy outside Bright Night, and a length Who Got You with on the inside Rundle. Now they're quickening the tempo a little. Hissing Sid just a half in front of Precedence, a length Zipping. Shootout finds himself pocketed. Typhoon Tracy going up 3 and 4 wide, and going with her is Who Got You as they sweep to the turn. Shootout can't get a run at them. Precedence hit the lead. Typhoon Tracy and Who Got You. They're on the scene together. And now Shootout gets the run on the inside. Now the wick has turned up. Who Got You and Typhoon Tracy turning together. Who Got You taking over the running out the middle of the course. Raced about a half in front of Typhoon Tracy. The rest aren't doing enough, and it's Who Got You who sprints away. Who Got You came clear and scored by 2 lengths. Typhoon Tracy. Shootout grabbed third, a nose in front of Precedence. Sipping battled away okay. Then Hissing Sid and Bright Night and
Best horse on the day one, and he's in for a great campaign. Won this race last year, beaten favourite in the Cox Plate. Going better this year. The tempo did.
I'm not sure what they were doing with Typhoon Tracy. Well, I think that was probably a mistake. He probably made a mistake on Shootout going to the inside. But when Hoobie's on song, he just looks fantastic, doesn't he?
Run it 5 times different ways, you'll get the same result for mine. Who Got You in Sydney.
Who Got You, and you might remember I've said it about 1,000 times. I think it's the best 1,600-metre horse in Australia. But when I think they run very hard at the Cox Plate, which they ran along last year with So You Think, I just think he takes away his brilliance and his dash. Look, So You Think, they're the top of the market on sportingbet.com.au. I think he's entitled to be there clearly.
About to go. The Underwood Stakes. It features the Cox Plate defending champion and current favourite, So You Think. Dominates the betting. The bookmakers taking him on. Well, the tote punter's looking at 222, 50, 280. I bet that won't last. 10, So You Think. The best looking horse in the race. Looks fantastic, doesn't he? Shown very hard to ignore him.
Yeah, now he didn't race at the...
them. They haven't gone particularly hard at all, and it's Zavita narrow leader. Red Ruler deep on the course, goes up and just about joins him at the 800 and Metal Bender. Between them a length third. So You Think a further length and a half away with Heart of Dreams on his inside. 2 lengths Master O'Reilly, shocking midfield the rail as they come down the side from Dariana Lago, Lads Abrasive Bucciolati. 5.50 left to go, and Zavita by a half. Red Ruler, Metal Bender. So You Think is edging into it a little bit wider, and then Heart of Dreams over on the fence, who's held up for a run, and Shocking getting up just behind him. As they swing for home, it's Zavita from Red Ruler, Metal Bender, and So You Think is now claiming the 3 leaders. Dariana running a big race down the outside, and then Heart of Dreams, but So You Think bounded to the front at the 200 metres. Down the outside, Dariana, then Metal Bender and Shocking, who can't get clear. So You Think controlling it, racing clear. So You Think drew away, and he won it by 2 1/4. Dariana. Cummings has quinelled it. Metal Bender a half head third, and Shocking might get 4th. He had a bit of an interrupted run. Zavita boxed on. Red Ruler, Heart of Dreams on. Red Ruler, Heart of...
He's never going to get beat from 400.
Well, given all that, what you say, I mean, it's a pretty awesome performance, really, isn't it?
He's an awesome horse. Yeah.
But the numbers he finished up starting $1.80 on the tote.
Shocking might get...
Bart, how good is Bart? How good is So You Think? 261 Group 1 wins now for JB Cummings. Victory. It's an extraordinary career for JB Cummings, and this could be the best that Bart's ever had, Stu.
Well, it looks that way, Bruce. That was really dominant yesterday, and it's just remarkable.
Joyce, and I said, So You Think. I think if he gets to the Cox Plate in one piece, there's no betting. I think he's clearly the best horse in Australia.
Isn't it awesome to think that this horse could possibly win his second Cox Plate at his 9th or 10th start?
Let's have a look at the Cox Plate market, and he's right into, at this stage, $2.60 with Sporting Bet Australia. So late doing all the figures on this horse. Now, this is over the history of Australian racing. That's not a bad list, is it? Kingston Town, Manikato, Vane, Brighton Power, Better Loosen Up. That's their ratings in pounds. £132, Better Loosen Up. Next on the list, it's start number 8, So You Think. And that's plus sign is there because of the upside as well. Western Hustler got his 130 when he won the George Ryder. Looking at 7 Group 1s. But look at the list behind here, Steve. Maccabi, Diva, Morley, the Sunline Dulcify. It's an awesome rating on some.
Cox Plate as a 3-year-old at his 5th start in a race, and now we're looking at him as a 4-year-old who could win his 2nd Cox Plate at his 10th race start. Could be the best horse in the world. He's got potential, I must say, to be an absolute champion.
Our pay list here is opened up at $1.50, Richard, for the running of the Sporting Bet Australia Manikato Stakes at Group 1 level.
Your territory.
Okay, let's go to the mounting yard, brought to you by Coolmore, to look at these horses, to see this wonderfully talented galloper, all silent. He's $9 in the... Okay, the next horse we'll be looking at, of course, is The favourite for the race. This is Haylist, $1.50, $1.20 on the TA.
Haylist went round the 800 turn. Reward for Effort is keeping really honest, and they burn up the side. They're 2 lengths in front of True Persuasion, Love Conquers All. A length and a half, Eagle Falls, Latin News, 2 lengths to Stands Out. And last is All Silent. Down the side now, 600 metres to go, and it's Haylist in control. He's a half in front. Reward for Effort staying on with him. 2 lengths away, True Persuasion off the bit, and so is Love Conquers All. A length Latin News, Eagle Falls running into a pocket as they swing around the turn. Schofield hasn't let go on the favourite. It's Haylist off the rails, leading by 2 lengths. He's broken. Reward for Effort. True Persuasion is still staying on the inside, and further back is Eagle Falls, but it is Haylist. Look at him open up now. This outstanding sprinter. Haylist comes right away, wins by 3. True Persuasion ran the race of his life. Eagle Falls a length and a half third. He'll be an improver. All Silent rattled home late on the inside, and then Love Conquers All. Stands Out. Reward for Effort. Tried to go with a champ and it broke him to finish. Latin News.
Yeah, pretty brutal, pretty brutal. Haylist $1.30, $1.04. Brutal for bookmakers in particular. They've smashed this, one of the shortest price favourites that you're going to see in a Group 1 for many years. Haylist $1.30, $1.04. Trooper.
Sit off them as well, you know. If they go too hard, you can take a sit and run by them, which he showed last week. It's just a perfect racehorse.
You've ridden some great horses in your career, both in South Africa and here. Where does he rate?
Oh, look, he's definitely the most exciting horse I've ridden in many, many years, and I think the best is still to come.
They're the best sprinters we've had. Now, this horse on 125, Rich, I know you sat up last night going analysing these yourself, but Placid Art's probably the right benchmark. But have a look at the sprinters we've produced over the years, and in a short career, he's already there with a bullet, really. He's untapped. Black Caviar, he's untapped. Black Caviar, for your reference, is on 122.
Hello, Glenn. George Main Stakes, a Group 1 race for the Weight for Age gallopers, and we see More Joyous on course against her Warhorse.
Joyous 175. No. $1.60 for More Joyous.
Well, and she's there with the clerk of the course. She is certainly the star on the rise. She's won 8 of 11.
So it's Theseo highballing it at the halfway mark. More Joyous just sitting off it. He hasn't moved as yet. Then the Snappy Halo followed by Dan Lee. Trusting back on the rails, come off the bit. He's finding the action a little bit hot at the moment. Followed by Empire's Choice. And then Coniston, Bluebird and Black Piranha is looking for a run near the rail. So they're about to turn, and Theseo led. Brown still sitting quietly on More Joyous. He doesn't want to get into a dogfight just yet. Followed by Dan Lee, Snappy Halo, Trusting, and then Empire's Choice. Now More Joyous races up on the outside with that breathtaking acceleration, and she quickly took Theseo. Dan Lee was next from Empire's Choice, running a race, and then Trusting, but More Joyous is well clear with 100 metres to go. She's got a winning break, and it's George Main Stakes for More Joyous. She's in front, wins it from Trusting and Empire's Choice. Then Dan Lee from Black Piranha, followed by Coniston, Bluebird. Theseo knocked up, finished second last.
Oh, what a wonderful mare. More Joyous. She just keeps winning. More Strawberries last year, More Joy last week, More Joyous this week takes out the group.
Well, he is in the market, but he shouldn't be. So you think now with Sporting Bet down to $2.45, More Joyous $5 from Who Begot You. Forgot about.
They drew comparisons with her and the great mare Sunline. But yesterday she did something Sunline couldn't do, and that was win the George Main. Corey, an amazing performance.
Yeah, she's an amazing horse. I stated when I rode her the first time at Rosehill that I think she's genuinely the best horse that I've ridden, and confirmed it yesterday.
Handicap day. It is the Coolmore Stud Flight Stakes, and these 3-year-old fillies look magnificent. Unfortunately, there has been a shower of rain, which is just continuing at the moment. Only light rain, so...
Fourth last out wide from Crafty Earner Fibrillation, and last of all is Secret Admirer. They run up in the vicinity of the 600 and Slow the Flow led for Hearts Are for Love. About 2 lengths to More Strawberries, travelling up nicely behind them from Sasa. Then Zutara, followed by Parables. He's taken it away from the outside to come to the centre of the track, and behind it Chula Vista. Up the rise and Slow the Flow led from Hearts Are for Love. More Strawberries closing in on the outside, and then Parables starting to wind up down the outside, and Zutara. Slow the Flow is grabbed by More Strawberries. Parable gets a chance on the outside, coming after More Strawberries, who's in front with 150 to run. Parables digging in, and look at Secret Admirer. She's jumping out of the ground. It's More Strawberries grabbed by Secret Admirer, got up to win it. Secret Admirer beat More Strawberries. Parables third, and up down the outside, and Zutara Myra. Slow the Flow is grabbed by More Strawberries. Parable gets a chance on the outside, coming after More Strawberries, who's in front with 150 to run. Parable's digging in, and look at Secret Admirer. She's jumping out of the ground. It's More Strawberries grabbed by Secret Admirer, got up to win it. Secret Admirer beat More Strawberries. Parable's third, and then Sasa followed by Slow the Flow. Further back was Jose, and then Fibrillations to Tara Crafty Earner, Hearts Are for Love.
For More Strawberries, no excuse for Parables. Secret Admirer gave them a start and upbeating. And Brenton?
She's not on the track when she gets in and out of them barriers. That was a scintillating sprint at the end of that race, and a sprint of a good filly. And another trainer, this Graham Begg, who knows how to get one right on the day. Invariably, his horses peak when they have to. Sometimes they're not good enough.
7 coming up, the Group 1 feature this afternoon. The Turnbull Stakes featuring some of the key players for the Caulfield Cup, Cox Plate and Melbourne Cup. Shootout, all this form and market action has been pretty well disclosed this week. Shootout heavily back, 360 on the tote, 510.
But he won't be fancied in the Caulfield Cup. But I see if Dariana...
Why wouldn't he be fancied? He's...
After Shootout looks to be well poised at the moment, followed by Monaco Consul. Next is Vigor on the outside of Zipping, and 2 lengths away Faint Perfume. Typhoon Tracy gave the speed about 9 lengths, and then a length and a half is Abrasive. Shocking on the rail. Metal Bender right back as notified. Third last coming up towards the home turn, and Dariana and Jessica Beale bring up the rear. Sterling Prince at the 600 metres tries to shake them off. He leads by a couple of lengths to Desperado, Zavid and Bucciolati. The outsiders are all up there as they swing around the home turn. Here's Shootout peeling to the outside of Zipping, and Typhoon Tracy's running on. Zabrasive's got right to the outside. Monaco Consul and Speed Gifted stay near the inside. Shocking trying to weave his way through the field at the 400 metres now. And here's Shootout and Zipping. They race to the lead together now. Getting through Faint Perfume, and Shocking's coming home, and Typhoon Tracy's joining in as well. It's Zipping, Shootout, Typhoon Tracy, Shocking the far side. Zipping and Shootout. Zipping continuing to kick. Zipping hanging on. The old boys got home. Zipping a neck to Shocking and Shootout third. Every Hope. Metal Bender charged to the line fourth. Zipping and Shootout. Zipping continuing to kick. Zipping hanging on. The old boys got home. Zipping a neck to Shocking and Shootout third. Every Hope. Metal Bender charged to the line fourth. Typhoon Tracy didn't quite finish it off. Then Faint Perfumes, Abrasive, Bucciolati, Dariana, Monaco Consul.
A Turnbull Stakes. He's running it for the 5th year, and he worries out some great performances by Shocking and also from Shootout. They had their chance. No excuses for the Beaten Brigade.
He's a marvel. He really is. I mean, he's won 2 Group 1s now, obviously one being 8, one when he's 8, one when he's 9, and he's not finished yet. I'd just like to ask any bookmakers out there if they'd like to ring me with that $35 they're offering for the Cox Plate. You know how to find me.
Righto, we'll get that off the plate.
Well, that's right. He's in the last 2 Cox Plates, he's run 2nd and 3rd.
Efficient and Hall last year in this race. Zipping finished 7th. He went on off terrific sectionals to run 3rd, the first older horse home behind the 2 3-year-olds in the Cox Plate. So the lead's there.
Fighting race coming up. This is the Yalumba Stakes. And look at the tote market here for So You Think. Now, Hoobagooch is a popular horse, but So You Think, would you believe this? $1.20, $1.20 and $1.50.
But as soon as they saw $1.10 on the tote, they said, well, we'll just put up $1.40 and see what happens. That's where it stayed at the moment.
And this magnificent entire So You Think in the Data Tantion Nam colours. Duncan Ramage is with Rich now.
Make their way now to the railway side of the course. Red Ruler by a half. In second placing the hot favourite, So You Think. They've got 800 left to go. Here's a length and 3/4 in front of Who Got You, who's outside Master O'Reilly. Empire's Choice and Elko Pop together at the tail. 5 lengths covered them. Red Ruler by a neck. So You Think, the champ just poised, idling outside of the leader. Who Got You only 2 lengths away. Rod hasn't asked for the supreme run. They wind it up now around the bend, and here's Arnold letting loose on the toppy. Away he goes now around the bend. So You Think opened up 2 lengths. He's got away on Who Got You. Leads him by 3 around the home turn. Elko Pop pulled to the outside. So You Think went to the 200. 3 in front. Who Got You tries hard, makes no impression. Elko Pop is running on down the outside. But it is all So You Think. Look at him go. This is poetry in racing. So You Think won it eased up by 3 or 4. Elko Pop second. He's back on track. Who Got You's run third.
Getting loose on the toppy. Away he goes now round the bend. So You Think opened up 2 lengths. He's got away on Who Be Got You. Leads him by 3 around the home turn. Elko Pop pulled to the outside. So You Think went to the 200. 3 in front. Who Be Got You tries hard, makes no impression. Elko Pop is running on down the outside, but it is all So You Think. Look at him go. This is poetry in racing. So You Think won it eased up by 3 or 4. Elko Pop second. He's back on track. Who Be Got You's run third. Red Ruler 4. Master O'Reilly 5. Empire's Choice is last home.
Way too good, way too easy. Race run to suit, but he's the sort of horse who can put himself into that spot and accelerate away. It'll be a different story, perhaps, in the tactics in the Cox Plate, but he's the one they've got to beat. So You Think could be the first horse in many, many years to go back-to-back from 3 to win at 4. So You Think. Elko Pop, I can say the ride for them doesn't last long enough. You get to go for 2 minutes on this bloke. It must be a good spin round.
Yeah, he's just a magnificent horse, I wipe my feet before I get on him, he's beautiful. So,
Mark, but what you see is what you get with him. He's just a bomb-proof star.
Yes, I think so. I don't think there's any point attempting any sort of over-analysis here. Even though they did crawl, forget all that. Just believe what you saw. He wins again. His last 5 performances have been freakish, this horse. And I think, again, just forget analysing Yalumba place getters in court. Just accept that Elko Pop's on song.
Yep.
He's home in 22.
This bloke's just a freak. Maybe he's in a class of his own and something we haven't seen for a good while.
It's a freakish horse. I had 2 blokes yesterday send me text messages, and people with a background in the racing, and they both sent the same text message independently of each other. Move over Kingston Town. I've just seen the best horse I've ever seen.
I think they're pretty.
You're looking at $2.30. Do some crunching. We don't let it ride. 230, 180, 170 more Joyous. I thought the book
double money back. 260 into 250. Thanks very much for more Joyous. Very hard to knock us. Let's see if we can. She's going to have to carry 58 kilos against a pretty good field, 1,600 metres. But look, she's going to be up in the forefront, and the last 2 favourites have got it done pretty easily.
When Regal Roll had 50.
Top and bottom this race.
We're going to rock a long way back on the rails, followed by Arva Innes and Kidnapped as last. Inside the 800 metres, Poor Judge outside Spacecraft, who has the rails in the lead. A length in front of Response, and over on the inside is La Rocket, followed by Drumbeats out wider, and then LA Wonder very deep. More Joyous in traffic. A length further back, No Jurisdiction, Lunyat Forever, Chasm as they neared the corner from Gold Salute. We're going to rock Ghost Milk, Kidnapped and Arva Innes on the rails. Spacecraft the leader with Poor Judge coming around the home turn. Response was wider at Drumbeats joining in. Where's More Joyous? She's about a length and a half behind Drumbeats. She's given full bore. She's not responding immediately, and it's Poor Judge and Spacecraft from La Rocket down the outside. Now More Joyous starting to wind up with the run. We're going to rock getting off her heels. Poor Judge, More Joyous. She digs in for the fight with a big weight now. She takes the lead. More Joyous wins it by a half a length. We're going to rock. Flashed home for second. Photo third, and it's between Poor Judge and Lunyat Forever, the Macau galloper from Havaiana Spacecraft. Then Gold Salute, followed by Kidnapped. Further back from Havaiana Spacecraft.
The trio of big name stars to win here. She was required to lift. She did. More Joyous sets a weight carrying record here with 58 kilos to win for Gai Waterhouse. Sets up the Cox Plate for her, and So You Think. We're going to rock outstanding. But all on the
2-rack winner to win the Cox Plate was Tobin Bronze in 1967. So we
look pretty soft. 6 victories in a row. That puts her up alongside the likes of Lonhro, chase at 8, chasing down Kingston Town with 11. Heavily,
but More Joyous. I think
should she beat So You Think then?
Oh no, I've said all along that if So You Think gets there in order, she's the only possible danger. There's no danger to So You Think. But if there is one danger, it's only her, because she'll beat the others.
Well, Shock Horror, I agree, because she's the only wild card factor. Those horses coming out of Flemington, Shocking, Zipping, So You Think, shootout, they can't beat So You Think. I've got no hope of beating So You Think.
Well, around town before yesterday, now into 170 More Joyous. It's a dominant market there off yesterday's performances. So Who Be Got You got the blows naturally.
That she's holding her condition going into a Cox Plate. Look, 8 in a row and all stakes and group races. That's an outstanding achievement. We don't know how good she is. I know she'll be much, much better next year. She could well have her work cut out beating So You Think this year, but she deserves a crack at it. And who's to say that she can't do it, because she's been untouchable of late. And the pattern of the day yesterday certainly puts more more credence in her win.
Yeah, I agree with that. Or paint up. Trusting Will, Jay Cassidy. AVN's Will.
Is so confident, So You Think will win this weekend's Cox Plate. They've already paid out all bets on the unbackable favourite.
He seems to be bulletproof, so he's the sort of horse, if we're going to take a risk like this, So You Think's the one that we'd be taking the risk with.
And
Tate Market got plenty of time to analyse all these runners and give you the best chance to look at them. The best back, no doubt, has been Drunken Sailor. Only 2 hours ago was the 9.
American late into 11. Drunken Sailor's eased on.
They're off. And they bounced away in a great line. American was given a dig in the ribs in the early stages. Once were wild, hard ridden, but the Hombre, the big boy with all legs, came out of the gate brilliantly, and he went to the front from Once Were Wild. American on the fence and Apprehend going up. And went forward big time at the top bend. The action and the sparks are about to fly. Mudra started to run. Then came Curdam and No Wine, No Song. It's miles above at the 700 in front, but the runs are coming. Led by a half a length on, moving up the Hombre. Macedonian 3 wide from Once Were Wild. Drunken Sailors coming with a bit of a run. Then came Apprehend behind those from Exceptionally. Americans got nowhere to go. Mudra's come to the extreme outside, making ground as they spin the bend in the Geelong Cup. And it's the Hombre moving up to miles above. Macedonian 3 wide, Drunken Sailor 4 deep. As they turn the corner, Mudra to the outside with Exceptionally. American can't get a run back on the fence. Here comes Mudra. He moved up to Macedonian. Then Exceptionally trying to get into the clear. Cowden Costa on the outside. Mudra's in front. Exceptionally and kicking back Macedonian. Americans got up on the fence. Americans taken the run. The French horse takes the lead, and American goes on to win it. Great ride. Goes home to beat Mudra and Exceptionally. Then Cowden Costa, Saint Costa, Mr. Charlie Macedonian view, but what a performance by the American-bred, French-trained American for Gerald Mosse.
With American winning for Gerald Mosse, would have been a good thing beaten. He had nowhere to go. He's outstayed him with the top weight here of 58 kilos. He's in the Melbourne Cup. He was number 24 in the unified.
That's where he had very good form. We picked out what we thought was the best trainer in Europe in Alain de Royo de Prey, and everything's fallen into place. It's now 4 in a row, so it's a fantastic result.
You're right if you're looking at it, we're over there, but the move now, I mean, it's you're one step away from the dream.
Well, Jerry and Kevin are 58 down to 54. Got a chance, I think.
Look at him. He's watching. Good on you.
In this race to get a penalty, to get their weight up and try and
give him.
Who?
The winner, American.
Oh, I think he's a very good horse, a very good chance in the Melbourne Cup. I love the way he won there. He had to go through a few gaps. It's not really the European racing style to have to, push and shove and that'll stand him in good stead for a Melbourne Cup, which can be a rough.
The way that he burst through after being held up, showed acceleration. He's got a terrific chance in the Melbourne Cup, that horse. He's
hands out race.
Not according to the punters, it's the Black Caviar v Nothing. We've heard about all the early money bet on it, Bruce. They put it up $1.50 here on track, and they just said, let us add it, and it's into 140.
Right.
I remember that day at Flemington. I stood next to Lee Friedman, and he looked at me when she went over the line and said, who's that?
Well, Peter Moody likes her.
It'd be $1.45. We had several bets of we had that one big bet of 150, several of 50,000. They've taken the $1.40. There's no doubt in the world it's going to be the sporting bet market mover. Friendless, exceptionally good looking mare. Oh, beauty.
Racing. Perfect start. Black Caviar not brilliantly away. She needs to muster because there's pressure right on here. Trooper sways in away very fast, looking for the lead from his outside barrier. He crossed over, he had it, and settling down 2 lengths away, Black Caviar, second, Hot Caviar. Then a length away, Eagle Falls, and stands out last of the half dozen. Trooper sways in at the 600 metres, tries to steady up after using a lot of gas to find the lead. Now moving up just about level on the outside is the hot favourite, Black Caviar. Melito's got the third and Pockets Hot Danish. Stands out, whipped around the outside, trying to get himself in with a show. Eagle Falls left behind, but Black Caviar took Trooper Swazen and dashed for the lead. Going for 7 straight, and the favourite went away by 3 lengths now. They're not making impression on her. Black Caviar well away from Trooper Swazen. Hot Danish is boxing on well, but it is all Black Caviar. 7 straight. She's cantered home by 5 lengths. Hot Danish second, Trooper Swazen third. behind, but Black Caviar took True Persuasion and dashed for the lead. Going for 7 straight, and the favourite went away by 3 lengths now. They're not making impression on her. Black Caviar well away from True Persuasion. Hot Danish is boxing on well, but it is all Black Caviar. 7 straight. She's cantered home by 5 lengths. Hot Danish second, True Persuasion third. Again, he doesn't miss a place at the Valley. Just behind them, Melito battled away late with Eagle Falls warming up. Stands out, dropped out to run last.
Well, what a star she is. We look forward to Flemington in the clash there with a Haylist, and you can say forward to Flemington in the clash there with a Haylist, and you can savour what might be. But look at that today. They tried to put pressure on early. They didn't bring her undone, and she's won ease down, throttle down, and wins in a canter today.
Well, I'm the only man here that wasn't disappointed that Haylist wasn't here.
Put Haylist to one side. I mean, talk about her.
You know, what you run out of things to say, don't you? You know, she just seems to do it so effortless. Weeks and try and make it a 3-run prep.
And Haylist, looking forward to that now?
Oh, he's an outstanding horse, no, once again. But, you know, what do? You know, we're undefeated and we've got to keep going forward.
I reckon she might be one of the best sprinting mares we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. That is exciting. She's a big hulking mare. He's a big hulking sprinter. I'm talking about Haylist. I suppose you can try and draw $2.10 Haylist, $1.75 Black Caviar for the Patnack. But let's just talk about her here. She's just awesome.
That was certainly awesome yesterday because
other elite sprinters. I mean, with Black Caviar, she hasn't been beaten, so we don't know if there's a chink in the armour there. I mean, does she finally? Don't know. Haylist, we haven't seen the bottom of him. It's going to be some race, isn't it?
Out on the ground yesterday with the troops, everywhere you went, that's all everyone was talking about.
Don't take anything away from Black Caviar. That was a sprinting performance, the likes of which I haven't seen this season. I thought I'd seen it all this season with Haylist. I don't think Haylist would have got within lengths of her yesterday if they'd have run yesterday together. So, you know, even at his best, he might not be, you know, if you both at their best, she was better yesterday.
So you think, $1.45, so you think favourite.
That's correct, Bruce. $7
Special offers ring the next 30 minutes. You get to 5. Yeah, it certainly was. And look, I think it might be nearly a case of justifying Sunline's margins in doubt.
Well, 7 lengths you got to put up here. 7 lengths, they're betting on it too. They're betting on the margin to put up here. 7 lengths, they're betting on it.
And he could roll to the front if desired. I think he might space them.
The Cox Plate market on your screen, 161. The tote's caught up here. Have a look at the size of these by his 10th start of his career, Shane. When you go back and look at the likes of, it took Northley 27 starts, Sunline 29, Kingston Town 31. So staggering, well, some sort of history we're about to look at, perhaps.
Well, yeah.
Rowan turning 2 Group 1s.
I'm not knocking her, but this is an ask. I mean,
well, money and lots of it. As I said, a bit of 200,000, 140, 90, 85, 80, 80, 80, 70, 70. It's like an option. It's all being for So You Think.
Ready, racing. So You Think well, trusting. Bomb the start on the inside. Wall Street a bit slow to move also, and More Joyous pinged out immediately and she found the lead. More Joyous in front. So You Think a length and a half second at the judge. More Joyous 1,000 metres to go. 2 lengths in front. So You Think doing everything right at the moment. Second a length and a half. Lunyet Forever. A half zipping a length and a half. Wall Street Arviennis. 2 lengths away then came Shootout from Captain Sonador as they go around the 800 turn. Trusting the rail and Who Be Got You last of all. More Joyous the leader. The spark's about to fly in the Cox Plate now. Zipping's pulled out. So You Think went up and levelled with More Joyous up the side. He's taken the lead at the 600. So You Think by a neck to More Joyous. Zipping right there third but under extreme pressure. Then Arviennis followed by Shootout. Captain Sonador. Who Be Got You still a long way back. Around the turn. So You Think by a length. More Joyous is trying her heart out but she can't go with him. Then came Zipping Arviennis. Shootout. Who Be Got You. So You Think with a big lead around the turn. 3 in front from More Joyous. Zipping. Who Be Got You flashing home on the outside. But So You Think is 3 in front. Who Be Got You ran to second from Zipping. But So You Think wins his second. So You Think first. A length and a half. Zipping came back. He grabbed second, a half head in front of Who Be Got You. Shootout 4. Then came More Joyous, Arviennis, Captain Sonador, Trusting Wall Street, and Lunyet Forever is last at his 10th start. He wins his second Cox Plate. Bart's done it again. Stephen Arnold did everything right. So You Think
on the verge of championship status.
Well, that's what we came to see. Hail the new king. He's the best we've seen since Kingston Town, without doubt. And without doubt, this is not just set in the heat of battle and at the moment to win 2 Cox Plate.
He did a good job, didn't he? He took on the speed and just outpaced him. So what can you say?
He's a totally uncomplicated horse, though, isn't he?
Well, he's got a lot of ability and seems to handle it very successfully.
Yeah, and
Seems to be good, been some very good ones, but let's say this horse is up with the best of them at this stage.
But Sammy, I think we've been at every Cox Plate day is a special day, but to see this bloke and also to have Black Caviar.
Fantastic day. Extraordinary. It's been now well documented. His 10th start, 2 Cox Plates. At Kingston Town's 10th start, he got beaten in the Victoria Derby. Sunline was winning at CUNY. Hybe Diva hadn't won beyond Group 2 level. This horse has notched 2 Cox Plates. He's really quite something.
It was a brilliant Cox Plate. All ran well, but one was in a different league, and that was So You Think. Steve's given some a league.
Yeah, he's that sort of horse. He dominates a race, from a fair way out, and once he.
So You Think $4.20. He's shorter with some operators. He's as low as $3.20 with some, but Sporting Bet top odds there at $4.20. He could start. If he wins the McKinnon, like you go back to Gay Icarus, the shortest in modern times, $2.75. The Anticross got beat at $3.20.
Who would think a horse that's unofficially still a 3-year-old would win his second Cox Plate? He's an absolute star as far as
over the latest champion of that, but he's a very, very special racehorse, and he can get into the class. For me, with the Kingston Towns and the Makybe Divas, he's got to have a little bit more longevity for me to get him into that class. But I think he's well on the way to doing it, and I think he will do it. So there you are.
Whether the speed suited the back markers that much, you've got to consider this horse ran the fastest last 600 of the day. He ran faster last 600 than Black Caviar. Would you believe that? So the back markers had no hope.
Actually, that light rain that I was telling you about earlier certainly increased in intensity. As soon as I mentioned it, it really started to bucket down. It was very continuous. Okay, let's have a look at the Tate betting for the running of the McKinnon Stakes. So You Think is all the rage. Tate Punter's had a bit of a set against him early, but he's come right in now to $1.90. Desperado.
I'm going to let you on a bit. 165 out to 170. Desperado will go styling. Okay, they've taken it again. They love this horse. 170 into 165. He'll be out.
Rainbow starting third. So You Think's just beautifully poised fourth, about 3 lengths from the leader. Shootout staying with him on the inside, and then Red Colossus, One Sailor Gare, Kidnapped. Metal Bender was next as they neared the turn, and they're on the swing for home now. Further back then, Faint Perfumes dropping back towards the end, and Trusting was second last as they come around the turn, and Shocking third last starting his move. So into the straight, Gingadoo joined by Desperado. So You Think just poised a length and a half behind here. Ardle hasn't let him go yet. Rainbow starting on his inside. Let's see where's Shocking. He's still only got 3 behind him now. Desperado went to Gingadoo. So You Think is moving up with the Great Purpose now. Here he comes looking for his 5th straight. So You Think at the 200 metres claims the lead, strides away from Desperado. Further back is Shootout, but just have a look at this. It's just beautiful to watch. So You Think wins by about 3 on the line. Desperado. Gingadoo half behind here. Ardle hasn't let him go yet. Rainbow starting on his inside. Let's see where's Shocking. He's still only got 3 behind him now. Desperado went to Gingadoo. So You Think is moving up with the Great Purpose now. Here he comes looking for his 5th straight. So You Think at the 200 metres claims the lead, strides away from Desperado. Further back is Shootout, but just have a look at this. It's just beautiful to watch. So You Think wins by about 3 on the line. Desperado. Gingadoo held third, just in front of Shootout, and just behind those horses then.
Rainbows from the Epworth Hospital. He has to be happy. But, swans and gentlemen, Love Riding was going to beat him when he pressed the button and let go. Champions, ladies and gentlemen, love running past other horses and giving them a space like this horse here. The only thing that can get him beat in a Melbourne Cup coming up this Tuesday over 3,200 metres is if he draws wide and he gets fired up going out of the straight the first time. If So You Think draws a barrier, gets locked away, that's your Melbourne Cup winner. I tell you what.
Well, 5 this time in. Memsey Underwood, Yalumba into a Cox Plate into a McKinnon Stakes, $1.60. Not meant to be as easy as that. Is won $5.2 million after 11 starts. Add on St.
Billy Crow, all of those things. But do you think, all things being fair and equal, So You Think will just win this Melbourne Cup?
If So You Think gets the nice run in transit, settles, produces a la Saintly, he'll be very hard to beat.
yesterday position, Ronnie.
Words can't describe him. Look, it's the first time I've stood up and said, "Wow, you are a Melbourne. You could well win the Melbourne Cup."
Well, he's got a great draw. He drew barrier 3 last night for the race. So he ploughed through the heavy going yesterday. So that's one query you can tick off the list. Some still doubting whether he can run out the trip. It's impossible to consider that.
I think what you've got to take into consideration too, like he handles any sort of condition of the track. It doesn't really matter what's going to happen.
I don't gush about races.
No, you don't.
Right. But I'm going to gush about this bloke.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'll tell you this. I thought he was at a new level on Cox Plate Day, but he went to another level again yesterday because there was every opportunity to beat him yesterday. The track was a bit of a question mark. Backing up was a question mark. Would he settle in a bigger field? That was a question mark. He answered absolutely all of them. And I'll tell you what, if that race had gone another 500 metres, he'd have won by 7 or 8 lengths. Now, he's got to go another 700 metres again beyond that.
Yeah.
That's the question mark that's left.
And
I mean,
what?
I haven't seen a horse to match him. I haven't seen a horse that has done what he's done, so I can't tip against him.
He's 500 metres. Let's have a look at the tote odds and then we'll do an update with Shane. Firstly on the TAB, down the board, we've got Retrieve, $5.30, Rekindled Interest, $3.90. Line Tamer, $13. Smoking. Okay, the runners are down at the start. We've still got a few minutes of betting time. Thinking of how good he is when he won the bars, and that's been a wonderful form reference. Back behind them, Kurta Kalari and also Cosmonaut. Perfect Pex is last. Up around the turn, Al Mindoro is swinging for home narrowly from Lion Tamer. Yolandi on the outside. Lion Tamer claims the lead now, swinging for home. Rekindled Interest is into the clear. Digital Fortress is running on. Eulalona's on the outside. Retrieve back near the inside under pressure. Lion Tamer raced away from them early. He raced about 2 or 3, Lion Tamer. From Rekindled Interest, Digital Fortress. Now Retrieve's picking up, but Lion Tamer's away with a long lead. 300 left to go. He's 3 or 4 in front of Rekindled Interest. Retrieve and Digital Fortress. Lion Tamer past the 200. He's 5 lengths in front. Lion Tamer for Huey Bowman. He's got it parcelled up. Lion Tamer racing right away. He'll win the Derby by about 6 lengths. And a lovely pose for the photo. Getting up for second, Presido flashed home and grabbed it ahead of Retrieve. Digital Fortress ran fourth. A break, Rekindled Interest tied, and then El Mindoro. Eulalona followed by Cosmonaut, shoot off, and then came Yolandi. Larry was last to finish. Lion Tamer certainly tamed his rivals in the Derby. A runaway winner. Lion Tamer certainly tamed his rivals in the Derby.
Sure did. He's by a horse called Storming Home. That's the father of Lion Tamer.
He's done an exceptional performance.
To be in the first half a dozen and an awkward barrier. I was very positive on him at Moonee Valley.
I have gone early.
I got a bit carried away.
What about
Huey
grass cut your old man, shall we? Just for your makers, huh?
This is an edition of New Zealand's Got Talent. What do you think? Would you give yourself a rating on that one?
It's going to take a while to live that down. We'll be.
No, I would say beyond that.
Race off well, although he was beaten pointlessly by the winner. It's a hard race to assess considering the circumstances on the day. And the winner just destroyed them. I'm more interested to see what the future plans are for the winner with Bjorn.
Just to add that, I don't want to be negative about it. I'm not negative about the winner. The winner's it's an outstanding performance.
Don't get upset.
No, but he didn't really say anything behind it was any good. It's 6 lengths behind it.
Yeah, but Richard, it's not just about the rest. It's about
absolute pearler of a draw for a horse with a profile like him, who has a little bit of a history of getting on the bit. He'll be just tucked away closer than midfield there, smoking his pipe. And look, obviously a deserved favourite.
Certain if that was 2,500 metres, he'd have won by 6. He'd have beaten those horses by even further. So on that, I can't tip against him. He's a level above them. I'll just run with him. Let's run with him.
Richard, I am in total agreement with you. So you think?
Well, he's the highest rated horse that we've had coming into a Melbourne Cup. He exceeds the average Melbourne Cup rating by 2 lengths. And if he runs to his McKinnon rating, he'll win the Cup by 3 lengths. But having said that, he's got to be Far Lap to do it. He's 3/4 of the way on the journey to what Far Lap did. Far Lap won the Cox Plate in 1930, backed up the next year, won the Tops, McKinnon and Melbourne Cup. Is this horse Far Lap? Well, I don't know. I've never seen a horse entered in the Melbourne Cup that hasn't raced beyond 2,000 metres. So I think that it's an absolute guess. I think it's very hard to assert he won't run it. Hard to assert he will. So from a professional point of view, he's made a bit of a mess of the race from a funny perspective. But I'm going to take the chance that he doesn't run it and go for value.
Right. Is American. Interesting horse out of a mare. Irish-bred mare called America, where Stephen come on. We've seen the media puzzles. Bower come through with lightweights to the Cup. He's a clear chance, this horse.
I would agree.
I like his acceleration. I think he's got class. I think he's got quality, and he's right in this race.
I have to agree. Seeing is believing.
Of course, I absolutely love him, and I think he's the one to be on for this Melbourne Cup. I cannot see him being out of the three. Get on at home.
Do you think he's the real deal here for the Cup American?
Well, he follows the same pattern of Media Puzzle, which won the Geelong Cup, Melbourne Cup double, and Bower and Crime Scene, who ran in the Geelong Cup and then ran second in the Melbourne Cup. It should be noted on my figures, Media Puzzle is the benchmark for Geelong Cup performances, and his win was 4 lengths higher than American, but that doesn't mean American hasn't got something up the sleeve. I like the horses who've had the one start, and I respect Duff's opinion.
Playing trifectas. To me, the three like
20. I'll get the first 4. For me, So You Think on top. I'm going to stand him out in my try.
Under the radar, My Lucky Day has racked up to the millimetre 10,000 Ks, and he's done a
win in the Geelong Cup. Desperado, I thought, was a...
Look, I think that Americane's the one for me. I think they're very keen on his chances, the people that are...
Desperado, maybe I might be able to have something on that at big odds.
And Richard, you're shivering your tips off at the moment.
So look, I'm going to stick with the champ. So you think I can't tip against?
We're going to see a very good horse, and I suspect that Holberg is a very, very good horse. And to think that they bet $35, I think he's into 26 now. I have to go with him at the price. I think American, we've had a look at him. He looks a serious racehorse. Shock.
The internationals, what about you, David?
I think what we saw on Saturday was special with So You Think. I think we saw something that was world class. The way he stepped up, actually put him in everything. Shocking's obviously a chance.
Sorry, I'm not that biased, but not on the top line. I've gone for Holberg to beat American. So You Think, My Lucky Day. I know
it's on top choice. Dom, take it away.
Well, for me, punting's all about value, and if you just looked at who might win the race and who's most likely to win the race, well, the computer's got So You Think from Desperado and My Lucky Day. Is there any value in that? What we do have. So the best value bet in the race is Zipping, and I think that Desperado is next, actually the highest rating.
1,000 on Linton and 1,000 on Once Were Wild. So I'm tipping he's been watching the show in the last quarter of an hour. But So You Think here, the $3 favourite for the Melbourne Cup tomorrow. My Lucky Day, the second picket.
So You Think. He was 340 a little while ago, now 320. Desperado.
What you think about him running 3,200 metres, because that's the query that a lot of people have been putting on him.
No problem. I'd say I want him to do it, train him to do it, and he's bred to do it. So what are we waiting for?
And precedence, what about it?
6 months ago, when it comes to So You Think, and someone said to you, Sam, he'll win the Cox Plate, his second Cox Plate, he'll win the McKinnon, and he'll come out and he'll be the heaviest back favourite in the history of Melbourne Cup in the last 50 years, and he will win it. What would you have thought?
I wouldn't.
Racing the 150th time the Cup's underway. Illustrious Blue a bit slow. So You Think bounced out well. So did Desperado. Savit jumped away well. Once Were Wild on the improve towards the leaders. American just off them, followed by Harris Tweed. Precedence getting over close to the inside. Bucciolati guiding over their heels towards the rail. Shootout was next. Harris Tweed on the improve. Once Were Wild for Jimmy Cassidy and Gay Waterhouse with a 4-length lead. Harris Tweed, Desperado. Zavita's running fourth, 1,200 left to go. Mr. Medici is fifth, and they're followed by So You Think and Holberg together. Holberg is out 3 wide. One to Turkey Trick. He's followed by Shootout, and then My Lucky Day starting a move now. Followed by American, and behind them Illustrious Blue, Red Ruler, Campanologist, Bucciolati, Managar. Profound Beauty, well back in the field is Linton. He's being followed then by Precedence, Zipping, then Monaco Consul, and towards the end still is Shocking and Master O'Reilly. Up to the turn now, Once Were Wild, the narrow leader from Harris Tweed, Desperado. So You Think is poised on the outside as they swing around the turn. Next is Mr. Medici. Back behind those horses then is Shootout, ends of 8. They're on the swing for home.
And here Desperado trying to get up on the inside. Once were Wild Harris Queen, Lucky Day. Turkite Trick stayed on the inside. He's dashed to the front. Here comes So You Think down the outside. With 250 metres to go, So You Think has raced up. Americana's a danger, then Harris Queen. Turkite Trick the rail. So You Think in front. Americana's coming at him hard. American race past So You Think and then Lucky Day. American for France, coming right away, American. American is coming away. American Trevian, scored by 2 lengths Lucky Day. So You Think has run third. Turn next is Mr. Medici. Back behind those horses, then is Shootout Ends of 8. They're on the swing for home. And here Desperado trying to get up on the inside. Once were Wild Harris Queen, Lucky Day. Turkite Trick stayed on the inside. He's dashed to the front. Here comes So You Think down the outside. With 250 metres to go, So You Think has raced up. Americana's a danger, then Harris Queen. Turkite Trick the rail. So You Think in front. Americana's coming at him hard. American race past So You Think and then Lucky Day. American for France, coming right away, American. American is coming away. American Trevian, scored by 2 lengths Lucky Day. So You Think has run third. And coming home very solidly fourth was Zipping. He's followed closely by Harris Queen, Precedence, and then Holberg, and behind them Managar. Further back is Turkite Trick, Illustrious.
It was a magnificent cup. American for Gerald Mossé and the famous Alain de Royer-Dupré from France.
28, 24, 3 and 4. 10.90 and 3.20 for American. Lucky Day.
Terrific cup. Might be one of the best 1, 2, 3, 4 finishes ever. The form coming into the race, American was 1-1-1-1. You don't see this very often in a Melbourne Cup anyway. Runner-up, Lucky Day was 1-1-1. So You Think Superstar was 1-1-1-1-1. It's hardly ever that you see one set of picket fences in a Melbourne Cup, let alone 3, and they ran 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, he's an outstanding horse, this. He's the best stayer in the world by a long way, I'm saying. His record speaks for itself. He's anyway, but his class carried him a long way there. It was a sensational race. It was the best cup I've ever seen.
It's one of the best I've seen too, and I have to agree.
Australian racing circles, not only within the industry, but outside of it. The sale of So You Think after the Melbourne Cup on Tuesday. It's potentially the last time that we'll see this great horse racing in Australia. The limit.
Absolutely. Look, he's got a rating, a time form rating of 133, right? And that's extreme, you know. We saw Golda Kova win there this morning, right? She has the same rating as he has. But she won her 3rd Breeders' Cup. That shows you what people think of this horse.
Look, you already own High Chaparral, so why buy a horse like this? You know,
that's our business.
Okay.
Gun sprinter Haylist was today cleared by Racing Victoria's vets, setting up a much-anticipated match race with fellow superstar Black Caviar. And such is the...
Currently $1.65, Haylist $3, last...
On Emirates Stakes Day, this is the Patnack Farm Classic, and what a classic it should be. One for the purists of race. Show you that she's quite backable on the tote at $2 shorter than...
He's split ticket.
And he is a flying machine. Let's have a look at his win. She is. This is the big girl, number 6, Black Caviar, unbeaten. Might just be the best sprinting mare I've seen. She can...
Group 1 class mares look like Hamilton Maidens. Look, she's, as you know, unbeaten 7 from 7. She's running these freak times being eased up. Look, there's a live chance she's too good for them, which makes her the best in the world.
Well, hey? Don't worry too much about the drift here on track. The Sporting Bet market mover is the mighty mare, number 6, Black Caviar.
Racing. Black Caviar jumps pretty well near the outside. Haylist seemed to jump out okay. Melito, one of the first to show in the early stages, but it's Eagle Falls up the middle of the track who has the lead. Black Caviar's out deep in second placing. Haylist just off them with Melito. Star Witness stalking Black Caviar. Hortensia second last. All Silent last of all. So they go past the 800 metres and it's now Black Caviar out wide. Eagle Falls close to the middle. Haylist between them. So the 2 favourites are right up there. Melito tracking them. Star Witness still right behind Black Caviar, followed by Hortensia and All Silent. Coming down to the 400-metre mark now, and Black Caviar, the narrow leader. Schofield getting a little busy on Hayless. Star Witness peels over the heels of the mare. He's a big danger. Melito's putting in a run. Black Caviar still the leader. Mellum hasn't really moved on her. She's 2 in front. Star Witness second. Hayless can't go on. Hortensia runs on. Black Caviar, though, holds Star Witness at bay. She's unbeaten, 8 out of 8. What a champion she is. Black Caviar beats Star Witness by 3.5 lengths. Hortensia third, All Silent 4. The 400-metre mark now, and Black Caviar, the narrow leader. Schofield getting a little busy on Hayless. Star Witness peels over the heels of the mare. He's a big danger. Melito's putting in a run. Black Caviar still the leader. Mellum hasn't really moved on her. She's 2 in front. Star Witness second. Hayless can't go on. Hortensia runs on. Black Caviar, though, holds Star Witness at bay. She's unbeaten, 8 out of 8. What a champion she is. Black Caviar beats Star Witness by 3.5 lengths. Hortensia third, All Silent 4. Back behind them is Melito. Hayless, well, he's a lot better than that, folks. So he really weakened out of it. He's second last, and Eagle Falls last home. Great to watch. Great to see a champion in full flight. That's what we've seen. She's never been beaten. 8 for 8. And she's lifted Ben Mellum onto the main stage.
Freakish, isn't she? Absolutely freakish. And for Mellum, young Ben Mellum, what a
quality lot of horses, and it's simply awesome, wasn't she? It was amazing, you know. I've got the pleasure of being very closely involved, but I think it'd make the hair stand up in the back of anyone's neck.
Looks like she's absolutely cantering. Looks like she's doing it at half pace. Then they put up the time. She's run 1:7.96, so she's broken 1:8. The course record here on a lightning fast track is 1:7.16.
With a tailwind, that no.
With a tailwind held by a glacier. And she's done it comfortably. She's absolutely murdered some very good horses. I just can't say enough about this mare.
We are a believer now. Black Caviar. What a superstar she could be.
Well, I said she was the best sprinting mare I've ever seen. If she keeps going the way she's going, we might be able to drop the mare off. But
into the plain stuff, isn't she?
She's like a Ferrari, mate. Yeah, she's something special.
Sprinters along with Takeover Target, of course, but she's the best I've seen.
We rang Pat Hyland at home. Now, Pat Hyland rode the Great Vane. He won't hear of any sprinter being better than Vane. You know, when the Haruba, he said yesterday from his home, she is clearly the best sprinter I've seen since Vane. So the accolades are rolling in.
Oh, shit, there isn't it?
A classic. Black Caviar putting on one of the greatest displays we've ever seen down the Flemington Straight. And she is now, Ronnie Duffsey, the world's highest ranked sprinter as a result.
And deservedly so, Joe. What a carnival. Just when you think that it can't get any better, it does. And we may have saved the best till last. So much quality over this carnival. We may have seen 3 champions, American, So You Think, and Black Caviar. Black Caviar is just a superstar. She beat up, you analysed that field yesterday, and she beat up one of the hottest sprint fields ever assembled and made them look like maideners. She is a champion.
Summed her up as an...
And let's have a look at the Super Tab readout before we go to David Gutley to give us an update of how awkwardly drawn, but this is his distance, $14. Trusting needs to stand up and be counted. Drum Beats, the lightweight suits, $10. Palacio de Crystal, terrific mare. The drawing track certainly brings her right into the race.
No movement. Palacio de Crystal, 9 to 10.
Trying to balance up next, and he's being followed then by Snow Alert and then Chasm and LA Wonder. Albert the Fat, the leader. Snipers Bullet a neck away, coming around the home turn. A length and a half to Trusting. Lunyat Forever right behind them. Captain Sonador and Black Piranha. Dowdow's off the track, followed by Drum Beach. Wall Street's out very wide when they corner. Further back, Rafira trying to recover. Then came Snow Alert. They're on the swing for home now in the Emirates. Sniper's Bullet went up and took the lead from Albert the Fat. Trusting is right there. Wider Lunyat Forever. Dowdow. They're followed by Captain Sonador, Black Piranha, Wall Street coming down the outside, and then came Chasm. Dowdow out wide and Lunyat Forever with Trusting. They get the Sniper's Bullet. Here's Wall Street coming and Chasm starting to join in now. Wall Street, Dowdow, Lunyat Forever. Chasm coming at them. It's Wall Street, Dowdow, Lunyat Forever, Trusting and Chasm. There's about 5 across the track. Wall Street poked his nose in front. Wall Street.
Give it to Wall Street in the photo finish from the Sniper's Bullet. Here's Wall Street coming and Chasm starting to join in now. Wall Street down now, Lunyet Forever. Chasm coming at them. It's Wall Street down now, Lunyet Forever trusting in Chasm. There's about 5 across the track. Wall Street poked his nose in front. Wall Street. Give it to Wall Street in the photo finish from down now. Lunyet Forever or Chasm. Trusting close up, and then Snow Alert who got home, followed by Drumbeats. He looks like he'll get it. Wall Street.
He'll get it. Dowdale will get second.
Fourth TOB number 10. Yet forever.
Sandown Classic and Zipping going for 4 in a row. He's the hottest of favourites on the tote. He's $1.80, $1.70, $1.80. Of course, you can see there the late scratch.
Into $2. That was the punters on course queue. They jumped on.
The bridled a little bit at the moment, and Managar last. Less than 800 left to go, and exceptionally out by nearly a length. Zipping, stalking her now, creeping a little bit closer as they come to the turn. 2 La Rocket, Gingadood, and 1.5 to Managar, being pushed along at this point. Now they're on the swing for home. History awaits Zipping. It's exceptionally first into the straight by a little over a length. Zipping now given full ball by Hall. Will he handle this ground? He's trying very hard. Gingadood switches to the inside. Then Managar. La Rocket dropped off. They're inside the final 400 metres now. Zipping warming to the task. He's moved up to exceptionally. Gingadood comes with a run. Managar's warming up late. Zipping narrowly. He's in for the fight. 150 to go. Gingadood coming at him, but Zipping pins his ears back, and away he goes. 4 straight classics. You're a quaddy beauty. It's Zipping to win it by 2 lengths. Managar dived it exceptionally, and Gingadood in photos for the minor issue.
Well, that's great. It's great to come along and see history and be part of it with a terrific horse to make it 4 in a row. Well done to all the team, Williams. Being the Sandown Classic, which perhaps could be renamed for future. The Zipping Classic. Why not? I don't think we'll go through all these because we haven't got time.
No, we'll just show you a couple of the key ones here. And I've already had the message from Thumbs Walsh that Sepoy is already the sporting bet market mover. Doesn't matter what.
Bugle got up on the inside at the 600 metres, led by a Neck. Sepoy the favourite is second, a length away as Arctic Command, and then came Running Tall, a Neck Big Rojo, and out wide then came Boys on Tour. Behind these, as they swing for home, is Poitier and Declare Desire from Grand Britannia, Instinction and Fire of London. They swing wide. Hugel has the lead. After him on the outside, Sepoy. Coming home, Running Tall along the inside, but Sepoy ran to the lead at the 200 metres. Zara gave him a slap with the whip. He accelerated 3 lengths clear from them now. Running Tall boxing on. Hugel holding his place, but the Blue Diamond favourite can't us home. Sepoy won it by 3 lengths, and he eased on the pace to beat Running Tall. Hugel a very good debut in third. Grand Britannia made ground, either he or
Blue Diamond favourite before that performance. What price will he be now? And that's irrelevant to what the girls do because he has absolutely towed the boys here today. A dominant performance, probably left in front, exposed if had to be, but responded when asked and wins with some total arrogance. Good runs behind, but no issue 2 weeks' time.
No, look, I want to tell the truth. We wouldn't put cold water on it.
Well, this be Paul Snowden.
He's he's been trained to win, to run in the 3 legs, and we certainly left a little bit up our sleeve for grand final day.
Sadly,
and accelerates. He's a star. He's just a natural born 2-year-old, and he's a deserved short price favourite in the Blue Diamond without a doubt.
Well, they are about to go in the Group 1 Coolmore Lightning Stakes, the first leg of the Global Sprint Challenge. Whose camp you're in? The flags are out. Black Caviar and hey, this is plenty of them out there with the punter. And at $5.70 about Haylist.
Has eased out to $5. It's $1.50 earlier in the week. It opened up at $1.28. It's eased to $1.30. It's already been confirmed by Jerry Walsh as the sporting bet.
Off and racing, and Black Caviar jumped away very nicely. So too True Persuasion. Haylist got away all right. King Pulse eased in behind them. Leapfrog jumped away all right and is showing some speed, and Warm Love's gone through and settling fully. Warm Love has it narrowly with Black Caviar. Leapfrog and the Bright Pink close to the inside, trailed by Crystal Lily, Grandules. Haylist is right on the outside of Black Caviar. There's probably only 3/4 between these two, and then True Persuasion and King Pulse and Toddlesbury bring up the rear. 400 left to go now. Black Caviar, she's gone to the lead. Haylist only 3/4 away, staying on with her. They've beaten off Warm Love, and then True Persuasion Persuasion, but Black Caviar at the 200 metres. The crowd starts to applaud already. She's gone 3 lengths in front. Haylist can't go on. A good battle for third, but this is why she's rated the best in the world. Have a good look at this. Black Caviar is going to be eased down to a canter. Scored by 4 to Haylist. Warm Love stayed on for third. Crystal Lily and Grand Duels trail by outside of Black Caviar. There's probably only 3/4 between these two, and then True Persuasion and King Pulse and Toddlesbury bring up the rear. 400 left to go now. Black Caviar, she's gone to the lead. Haylist only 3/4 away, staying on with her. They've beaten off Warm Love and then True Persuasion, but Black Caviar at the 200 metres. The crowd starts to applaud already. She's gone 3 lengths in front. Haylist can't go on. A good battle for third, but this is why she's rated the best in the world. Have a good look at this. Black Caviar is going to be eased down to a canter. Scored by 4 to Haylist. Warm Love stayed on for third. Crystal Lily and Grand Duels trailed by True Persuasion, King Pulse, Leapfrog and Toddlesbury.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. An astonishing performance for a Group 1 sprinter to blow away a field like that, make them look absolutely second rate, throttle down to win in first gear by the end of it. Embarrassing. Unbelievable performance. She's the world's best. Take her anywhere.
What do you say? You know, it's the cricket scores. What do you say? I've sort of lost things to say about it. I think I put it simply on Thursday. Awesome.
I think he's just looking at some sectional time, Shane Templeton. This is where she won it between the 600 and the 400, 10.34, 400 and 200, 10.59. She's good.
That does that even get to 21?
No.
She's unbelievable. Look, just a couple. I spoke to Johnny McNair for a few minutes. He stayed around for the presentation and applauded her. He said, "I'm still shaking my head. That's the best I've had that horse, Haylist, since I've taken him over.
Yep.
I feel embarrassed now because I really came to this race confident we'd beat her." And he said, "There's nothing can beat her. She is totally unbelievable."
Yeah.
He never gives an inch on Vane. He's prepared to call her the female Vane, and his last line had said it'd be a very interesting race if he was still around to take her on. But
Caviar, look, run of the day, as we like to start outside of her, and the best racetrack performance I've seen since Martin Power's astonishing Caulfield Cup win in world record time. I went with,
wasn't it Mark
Target Manicato, but you'd certainly be mentioning her in the same breath, I'd say.
Much.
I liken it to the men's 100 metre finals. The shortest sprint in horse racing is 1,000 metres, same in men's 100 metres. It'd be like Usain Bolt throttling down at the 50 metre mark and waving to the crowd, basically. That was the ease, the arrogance of the performance.
It was, and sort of when I did sort of relax on her, she relaxed right underneath me. Like I had to give her a slap to say, "Hang on, we haven't finished yet." And
like their second rate. Like Haylist has won 12 from 15. She beat Melito and Hot Danish in the spring by 5 and 6 lengths, and they've won about yesterday. So that just shows you the ability that she's got, that she can make good horses look like they're hacks chasing her.
Outstanding sprinter, probably the best I've seen. And I got to say, I never built that up as a match race. I never thought it was a match race. I never thought anything could get within 5 lengths of her. They actually did get within 5 lengths of her, but they shouldn't have. If he'd actually ridden it to the line, they wouldn't have got within 6 or 8 of her. Fantastic. She's certainly heading towards legend status, and longevity, as you say, is the only thing that's going to put her in that legend status. If she retired now, we'd remember her as, she might have been the greatest sprinter we've ever seen, but if she goes on and wins everything, which she probably will, then she will go down as perhaps the greatest sprinter we've ever seen. But she's going to get it. Gets easier from now on, as far as I'm concerned. Well, because she's only going to meet 4 and 5 horse fields in weight for age races, and they're all going to be the second raters wanting to go around for second prize money. So it gets easier, as it has done for many other horses. Manicato used to run into small fields at times. Kingston Town certainly did. So, I think every chance she's going to go on to be what we all expect.
Well, now
I don't see in my lifetime specials 55.5. of the 1,000 up the straight ever being broken, but or in that race anyway. So I agree with you that the condition.
Farm Blue Diamond Stakes to go. Of course, the favorite is for Darley, the biggest racing operation in this country, and Sepoy is the name of the horse. If you didn't know, $1.40, $1.20, run very close. If it gets to $1.40, that's your Ancher odds, the shortest price favourite in the history of this race, Shane. Hit the day, and there's no reason on form Well, there's no reason at all on form why it won't do it. It's been dominant in its great for Patinack Farm.
Pouring the pressure on early. It's Helping Hand up on the outside of Sepoy. They're settling together a length and a half to Envious as they came up the side, and then Grand Britannia. Hold on to your horses. Masthead, Delago's Sun and Spectralite was last of all. 600 left to go. Anave got up on the inside of Sepoy. Helping Hand under pressure third. Just behind them was Atomic travelling well, and they're followed then by Arctic Command, Hallowell Bell and Running Tall getting home on the inside. Anave the leader around the home turn. Sepoy moved up to challenge now, and they're 2 or 3 lengths in front. Hallowell Bell running on fairly, and then came Atomic and Running Tall, but it is Sepoy who's bolted away now with the Blue Diamond, opening up 4 lengths. Hallowell Bell running on well, but it's all Sepoy getting home hard. Masthead, but Sepoy bolted at the Diamond by about 5 lengths. Hallowell Bell second. Anave the leader around the home turn. Sepoy moved up to challenge now, and they're 2 or 3 lengths in front. Hallowell Bell running on fairly, and then came Atomic and Running Tall, but it is Sepoy who's bolted away now with the Blue Diamond, opening up 4 lengths. Hallowell Bell running on well, but it's all Sepoy getting home hard. Masthead, but Sepoy bolted at the Diamond by about 5 lengths. Hallowell Bell second, close for third. Metonymy the inside, and Masthead, who ran on strongly. Further back in the field, then hold on to your horses. Delago's Sun got home from the tail of the field, and
You know, he's the best colt we've had all year, and credit to the team. I'm speechless. It's amazing.
Normally you put the horse in, Cotton. Well,
The rest is history.
great stuff, Bob. Enjoy it.
Thanks, mate.
I mean, he wins by 5 lengths, and he's pricking his ears at the end of it. You know, like
He's a good horse to win the Blue Diamond Golden Slipper double. I say stop the fight. It's all over.
All over already.
Yep. Horses that can sit on the speed and sprint away like that as 2-year-olds, they're a rare breed. You know, Luskin Star did it, Bounding Away did it, Bint Masque could do it. They don't win slippers, they bolt in slippers.
You can't beat him. If they turn up on the day,
Well, he's
you
run
can't
one.
beat
He's
him.
run one.
Years. No, how many people do you think have got a better one at home?
Trainers always say there's a better one at home.
A lot more to come. CUNY Stakes. What a lineup this is for a Group 2 contest. But as a betting race, it should be a beauty. But the punters look as though they're launching into number 1 here, Brazilian Pulse. Here's the tote call for you before we get to Shane. There it is on your screen. Have a look at the totes. Bang, 222.
and laughing. Then Booklet in behind them, trying for a way clear, and Brazilian Pulse is in traffic as well. Followed by Iridescent, and Divorces has peeled right to the outside. Ain't No Fallen Star well back on the fence. Zelchnitz the leader at the 400 metres from Willow Creek. Saya Hail Mary, Twilight Savings. Here's Brazilian Pulse. She's eased into the clear now. Williams hits the go button. Divorces closes 2 lengths behind her. Brazilian Pulse race to the lead. Here's Do Re Mi from Lust. Do Re Mi swapping about in the middle of the course. Raced up to Brazilian Pulse and Divorces to Do Re Mi. Ridden Cold came right away and scored by 2. Brazilian Pulse second, give it to Divorces third, just in front of Jita, who hit the line well. Wide out and Often Laughing.
That was absolutely awesome. Ridden off the speed today, ridden back last. They must have run unbelievable sectionals here to get home. They've run 122.21 overall. Moody had the speed here with Zelznick.
Yeah, it was. The way she unleashed down the centre, that was awesome.
A promising filly, but ridden back in the field off a speed yesterday, she was electric. I don't know what. Well, hopefully Andrew knows.
For the day, Black Caviar, because she's gone to all lengths to prove that she is a Black Caviar fan. And the salmon with the she dominates proceedings as we look at the field of 12, 11 to go against Black Caviar. Michael, I presume she's sort of 9.
Still room for the punters to get on. They've taken these short odds about the horse before.
9 times in their first 9 starts in a city track, Grand Flaneur. That's before Shane Mollison, Eyeliner and Rancher. The shortest price favourite, Burnborough, $1.44. She's $1.30. There are some other flags today too. I've seen some Star Witness flags today. Well, good on them.
Outs today, it's Black Caviar. She opened up $1.18. Thank you. And it's just eased out to $1.20.
For world references, perhaps Silent Witness winning his first 17 in Hong Kong. And she hasn't been able to get to that level yet, only because she hasn't tried.
Can she be beaten? In a word, no.
They're set. Racing in the Newmarket, Black Caviar gets a nice getaway. So did Beat It and King Pulse. Crystal Lily jumped well near the inside. Response Grandules just off the early pacemakers. Eagle Falls went out towards the rear and Chasm as well back, and Hinchinbrook's about the middle of the pack. Crystal Lily up the middle of the course has the lead in the early stages. She's a couple clear. Black Caviar in clear galloping room is behind her with Grandules on the outside. King Pulse not far away, close to the inside in company with Star Witness. Behind them, Hinchinbrook. They're being followed then closely by Beat It. Snaparazzi well back, trailed by Response. At the end is Eagle Falls and Chasm. Black Caviar with a share of the lead coming to the 400. Crystal Lily on her inside, followed by King Pulse. Then came Beat It and Star Witness at the 300 metres now. And Black Caviar is coasting. Kicks away 2 to 3 lengths on Crystal Lily. King Pulse Beat It is coming home. Black Caviar away by 4 lengths with 150 metres to go. This is unprecedented. 10 straight. Black Caviar by 4, Crystal Lily and Beat It. But she is unparalleled. Black Caviar, perfect. 3 lengths, Crystal Lily. Beat It. Black Caviar with a share of the lead coming to the 400. Crystal Lily on her inside, followed by King Pulse. Then came Beat It and Star Witness at the 300 metres now. And Black Caviar is coasting. Kicks away 2 to 3 lengths on Crystal Lily. King Pulse Beat It is coming home. Black Caviar away by 4 lengths with 150 metres to go. This is unprecedented. 10 straight. Black Caviar by 4, Crystal Lily and Beat It. But she is unparalleled. Black Caviar, perfect. 3 lengths, Crystal Lily. Beat It as third, and then Response and Hinch.
Nobody down. Nadia Kobanich, like the perfect 10 and never in doubt. She's a superstar. A big crowd came to see her, and she delivers exact things.
Is it ever? And she's run 17.36, last 600 in 32.67. And I still don't think we've got to the bottom of a Mel. I still think in 32.67. Slowed down for the last 200, just like she did. So heaven knows what she ran between the 400 and 200, and it just breaks her rivals' hearts. I reckon she could break 1.7 if they ever wanted to. There'll be no need because nothing can get near her. Here's Luke even clapping her. He's inciting the crowd. That's good stuff, Luke. Give her a good pat for
the fastest Newmarket handicap ever run. She broke Miss Moneypenny's race record. And again, she did it with ease of effort. She's been beating horses at set weights, weight for age, and done it very easily. Today, she had to give a lot of weight to some very good horses, and she has beaten them just as easily. And I think that's become redundant today. She's gone beyond that. As I said, she's given weight and beaten them by a big margin.
So she become the highest rated sprinter ever?
She already has. Oasis Dream, the highest rated. We've got to start talking about new things now. The highest rating for a mare is Goldakova, 130, Zenyatta, 128. I think she'll be every bit of 130, and no doubt.
What can you say yesterday all about Black Caviar, wasn't it? Near 10 seconds flat, 600 to the 400, overall time 1:73, barely touched, astonishing with 58.
And the perfect 10 out of 10. She's got a way to go to get the Silent Witness. Zenyatta 19, but who's to say she won't get there when she demoralised?
One record that I reckon is the most important is she ran the fastest Newmarket ever. Now, conditions were perfect, but they weren't extreme. You know, you can get a big tailwind and a rock-hard track. They weren't like that yesterday. They were just perfect conditions. And I've never seen a horse who can stay on the bit for as long as she can, at the pace that she can, that I've never seen before. It's just races in this country. Have a look at this. She's on the bit. They're all under heavy pressure just passing the 300-metre mark. Now Luke just says, come on, we'll just go to our top for 50 metres here.
But look at everyone waving their flags at the fence there.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a champion.
She puts, in 50 metres, she puts 4 lengths on them, and then he just says, okay, we switch off now. Now, she'd have broken the course record ridden out.
That's what brings people to the races, honestly.
Australian Cups, 14 Australian Cups, there you go. $4.70, $5.10 about Heart of and playing got the 3-year-old at 5.
Now we get a wide race. Shocking is 8 out to 8. The bookies are at 1.19.
Off and racing now. Gingadoodle a little slow to move. Heart of Dreams missed the start by a length and a half. He goes straight back. Lord Pyrus Gingadoodle's back at the end of the field, shocking on the outside of Elko Pop. So Murian out in front and running it strongly. 900 to go. He's 5 or 6 lengths in front of Gingadood. There followed Lord Pyrus over on the inside of Laristan. At the 800, 2 lengths behind these horses, Scenic Shot. And then Sailor Gear followed then by Precedence, Playing God. Over on the inside, Murder as they come around the home corner. Linton pulled out, followed by Heart of Dreams and Precedence. Well back, Mr. Charlie Alco Pop. And also one of the last cornering is Shocking. So into the straight, Murian out by 2 lengths, surely out of Petrol. Gingadood coming on down the outside now. Here comes the West Australian 3-year-old. Playing God is running home. Larriston getting up on the inside. Linton is joining in. Heart of Dreams with a lot to do. Shocking is coming home. 200 left to go. Playing God hit the front. Out after him, Linton. Here comes Shocking. Shocking storming over the top of Linton. 100 left to go. Shocking takes the lead. Races away. Shocking comes away. Wins the Australian Cup by 2 to Linton. Playing God on the outside now. Here comes the West Australian 3-year-old. Playing God is running home. Larriston getting up on the inside. Linton is joining in. Heart of Dreams with a lot to do. Shocking is coming home. 200 left to go. Playing God hit the front. Out after him, Linton. Here comes Shocking. Shocking storming over the top of Linton. 100 left to go. Shocking takes the lead. Races away. Shocking comes away. Wins the Australian Cup by 2 to Linton. Playing God held third. Close fourth. Scenic Shot is up there with Precedence wide out, then Larristan. Behind them then Heart of Dreams, Cedarburg, Mudra, and then Gingadood, Murian, and behind these then
Hero becomes an Australian Cup hero and the most devastating of facts. A great day for
an Australian Cup winner. That's important for him as a stallion, but it's great for him as a racehorse with an outstanding record at Flemington. 8 starts for 5 wins. Strong staying test.
Not sure that he's anything more than a handicapper, but the handicappers finished in the second half, and the weight for age horses, other than Heart of Dreams, who just can't get the trip, we're all up there. And I think it's a lesson that's been stood the test of time. Weight for age horses in weight for age races.
Group 1s, the 5 Group 1s on Amy Golden Slipper Day. And this is the English Queen of the Turf. We see one of the darlings of the Australian turf, certainly the Sydney turf, in More Joyous as a short price favourite. The Group 1, she's won the George Main, the Flight Stakes, the Turak, and also the Futurity. She's also won 7 Group 2s. She's won 13 out of 17, been placed another one.
Singo, More Joyous, about to go out and do what...
Tanner Flies clapping the speed on here, 800 to run, about 4 lengths in front of More Joyous, sitting behind it. Palacio de Crystal third, and on the outside is Melito. So he's trying to get onto the back of More Joyous, approaching the turn and then Set for Fame. Followed further back as they run to the turn by Jersey Lily and Happy Hippie 2 and away as they run to the turn. Now into the straight, and Montana Flyer led. They're all coming a little bit wide. More Joyous in second spot is Stalky at Melito's 2 away behind them, and then Palacio de Crystal, but More Joyous has absolutely bolted to the lead with 200 to go. Melito is under the stick in second spot, followed by Montana Flyer, but he sits down to ride out More Joyous, hands and heels. Melito tries hard in second spot, but here's 10 straight in Sydney for More Joyous. An easy win. Melito got second, Happy Hippie third. Then Palacio de Crystal, followed by Montana Flyer, Jersey Lily, and last in was Set for Fame.
Joyous, more Group 1 success, more celebrations for John Singleton, Kay Waterhouse and Naturilla. This wonderful mare has tasted success in her 5th Group 1 here today, taking out...
They've paid a bit shorter than that, but I think the hallmark of a champion is that they make other good horses look pretty ordinary, and Melito, the top horse her run, and Coolmore with 59.5 was outstanding, yet More Joyous still beats her easily.
If he measures...
No, she's
about a champion.
She is a champion, man.
She is. She's the queen of the turf. That's the thing.
What are you talking about?
Well, this constant, who is the queen of the turf? Is it
She
Black
was
Caviar,
yesterday.
or is it More Joyous?
She's actually won
Nah.
more Group 1s than Black Caviar. Black Caviar's aiming next Saturday when she runs the TJ Equal, that record of 5. But certainly in Sydney, she is just unbelievable.
Yeah, look, we're lucky to have 2 great mares like them, and to think we're...
This is the Daily Telegraph. George Ryder Stakes 9 individual Group 1 winners.
For Thessio. Ringy Ring Do, love the name. $18 to $19, back into $17. Number 3, the defending champion. Number 3, Dan Lee, $7 to $7, into $6. And he's only a point behind. Now he's into $5.50. Oh, geez, he's been very well backed.
30. So they're the main ones, but Danley certainly very heavily backed on. Ball. It's a real charge for the lead here. Love Conquers All doing some work, went up and hit the front and has got the lead away from Wall Street, and in the centre there is King Mufasa. Thessio left out pretty wide, followed by Dowdow and Skilled, and then Triple Elegance looks to be going a little bit keenly, followed by Rangi Rangdu as they head down the side of the track. And then came Aloha, followed by I Love This City, Captain Sonador, and then came Centennial Park. Danley is second last, and last is Keeping the Dream. at the 600, and Thesio is charging up on the outside to put pressure on these leaders. It's Love Conquers All just in front of King Mufasa and Thesio. A Triple Elegance only a length off the lead. Aloha coming to the outside. Dow cutting through with Wall Street down nearer the inside, and Rangi Rangdu looking for a run in the centre. It's still Love Conquers All in front. Rangi Rangdu coming off its back. Triple Elegance and Aloha are down the outside. Dow the inside, and I Love This City. Aloha out in the middle of the track, and Rangi Rangdu and Triple Elegance and Love Conquers All. Rangi Rangdu hit the lead, and in a bobbing finish, it's close. Love Conquers All booted back right on the line. Rangi Rangdu or Love Conquers All coming to the outside. Dow cutting through with Wall Street down nearer the inside, and Rangi Rangdu looking for a run in the centre. It's still Love Conquers All in front. Rangi Rangdu coming off its back. Triple Elegance and Aloha are down the outside. Dow the inside, and I Love This City. Aloha out in the middle of the track, and Rangi Rangdu and Triple Elegance and Love Conquers All. Rangi Rangdu hit the lead, and in a bobbing finish, it's close. Love Conquers All booted back right on the line. Rangi Rangdu or Love Conquers All. Thirds between Triple Elegance and Aloha. Then Centennial Park, followed by Dow and Skilled and Dan Lee from I Love This City.
Love Conquers All. Oh, maybe Rangi. We'll see. It's pretty deceptive.
He got it, Carolina.
Richie.
Number 2, Rangi Rangdu. He's back, the big fella. Number 2, Rangi Rangdu beats number.
It's a class horse. Yeah, it's very hard for me because it's a credit to him staff. I just don't. The horse means a lot to you too, doesn't he? It's a serious injury, so yeah, let's hope he pulls up well. And
Lisa Lass earlier in the day. That's a great result for Corey Brown here this afternoon.
Bad him when he pulled up lame, but this morning, much better news.
Yeah, very bright to get a phone call from Tim and my foreman to say he was a lot better, and I'll be looking forward to getting back there this afternoon.
It was back-to-back in the George Ryder for Chris Waller, Rangi Rangdu, in a race of many good runs, but none better than that of the winner, $17.10 Maxi Div. Kristen Caster Market with More Joyce, the obvious favourite. Chris, you must have been well pleased with Triple Elegance yesterday.
Yeah, it was a top run.
These old horses can, get
$5 million up for grabs for these 2-year-olds and their connections. And of course,
it's been a big go again. Number 1, Seapoy. They bet $3.40. No. $3.40. I shouldn't do that. Phil Gould's got a copyright on that. No. $3.40 now into $2.70. Now into $2.60. $3.40 to $2.60 for the world's richest child race, the Amy Golden Slipper.
Into 2, Caroline, they're moving in here. Seapoy heavily back, got to $4 on course, into $2.60 at one stage, back to 2, leading a case for Smart Missile to run. So this will be a sensation if Smart Missile is a non-runner, and it was 2 Smart Missile and 14 Fast and Sexy are late scratchings. And they're off and racing. And Alta jumped out fast. Satin Shoes away well. There goes Karuta Queen in the centre, and Seapoy up there, followed by Foxwed. Satin Shoes and Elite Falls has crossed over onto the fence and is now second last. Karuta Queen raced away with a lead of about 3 lengths. Seapoy's on the inside of Foxwedge. They're doing the chasing. Satin Shoes behind them. On the outside is Alta. Mosheen going up on the rail. Mastheaders midfield about 2 lengths to Shared Reflections. And then Empress Rock as they turn, followed by Salard. Karuta Queen in front at the 300. Seapoy's out into the clear with Foxwedge. They're giving chase. Satin Shoes is coming down the outside, and then Mosheen. But Seapoy strode to the front now at the 200. He raced away 2 lengths in front of Foxwedge and Mosheen, and then Satin Shoes. But he's bought his A game today, Seapoy. He's going to absolutely blitz them, and Seapoy wins the slipper from Mosheen and Elite Falls. Then Masthead followed by Alta. Shared Reflections and Salard. And then Foxwedge followed by Satin Shoes, Karuta Queen.
Comes one of the rare runners to win, or rare horses to win, a Blue Diamond and a Golden Slipper. Number 1, Seapoy, Karen McAvoy and Peter.
I worked my whole life for this. Everyone's got a signature race. It's been mine. It's the best film in my life.
You're talking
a winner as well. So wonderful pedigree for this horse, Seapoy. English interims on screen, $2.40, $1.40, $19.50. Mosheen for second, and Elite Falls. Joins an elite band of horses to have won the Blue Diamond Golden Slipper double. Only 5 have done it. The last to do it was in 1989. Courts up.
All in all, the dominance of the winner was just something to behold. that runs second there, Machine, the flying spur of the Fastnet Rock filly. She was sensational.
Fence there for over an hour to get a glimpse of the champion mare, Black Caviar. She's currently $1.12. She's just about to come into the mounting yard, and you can see jockeys lined up to get a glimpse of her kids. So many people.
Black Caviar, and she's in the parade ring as we speak, and it's great for $18. Shootout, $16 out into $1.12. Alberta, 61.
Just getting legged aboard there, and pretty looking relaxed, as does this mare. She
Violet, 100 to 1 price it's been. Number 4, they bet 200 to 1. It's now 100 and 200 to 1. It's now 150.
And they're set, they're off and racing. Black Caviar jumped a touch awkwardly. She's about third or fourth, settling down. Haylist went up on the outside and hit the front. And led from Crystal Lily. Black Caviar going through in the centre. Shell Scrape on there, and back last of all silent. It's Haylist in front at the 800. He went over onto the rail and led by a length and a half. In second spot is Crystal Lily. Black Caviar running third, and Shell Scrape on the outside of it. Hinchinbrook back fifth on the rail. Then Alberta in the centre, followed by Shootout, Triple Honour. Responses and travelling all that well. Demerit over on the fence, and last of all, as they make the turn, is All Silent. Running for home, and Haylist the leader. He's about 2 or 3 lengths in front of Crystal Lily. Black Caviar has pulled to the centre of the track, but he's giving Haylist, or she's giving Haylist, about 4 or 5. And then came Hinchinbrook. It's Haylist in front, Black Caviar. She's starting to knuckle down to the task now. Here she comes, Black Caviar. She raced up and hit the lead. And the Black Caviar, the best in the world, races away and wins it by about 3 lengths to the roar of the crowd. Haylist got second, possibly Alberta. He's about 2 or 3 lengths in front of Crystal Lily. Black Caviar has pulled to the centre of the track, but he's giving Haylist, or she's giving Haylist, about 4 or 5. And then came Hinchinbrook. It's Haylist in front, Black Caviar. She's starting to knuckle down to the task now. Here she comes, Black Caviar. She raced up and hit the lead. And the Black Caviar, the best in the world, races away and wins it by about 3 lengths to the roar of the crowd. Haylist got second, possibly Alberta third, from Triple Honour and Hinchinbrook, and then came Lily. And then came All Silent, Shootout, followed by Demerit, and last a little bit of
You know, I don't think it's any small task to be running him down. He's a super horse, but I'm just fortunate that I've got a superstar.
$1.30 Maxi Div, thanks very much. Met a punter yesterday. You just a shabby 1.65 million in. Flew in from Singapore, put 1.65 down. We got the Maxi Div, $1.30. 12 in a row. First time a horse has done that in Australian racing. 5 Group 1s in a row. I like 12 in a row. All these sorts of things, but it's more about the occasion, I think, Mark, yesterday. Forget about all the history and the stats. It's,
How do you think he felt there at the top of the straight, the 1.6 on, and giving away 5?
Probably $50 on.
Oh, please.
What about when she got to, the others were in a different race, bar Haylist, who was absolutely the peak of his game yesterday, Hay. Couldn't have gone an ounce, a millimetre better.
Well, he improved out aside from Oryx.
Ronnie Duffersky, what more be said about this great man?
Nothing more can be said. It's just been a privilege to be out there today, and
They had the right track, they had the right weather, they had the right horses there. They got the champion saluting. She delivered again. Even then, when she was, I enjoyed the race because she was under pressure for a while, and we don't see that a lot. That's the longest I think I've seen her under pressure in a race, because Haylist did a wonderful job of dragging her off the bit early. It was good tactics and a good plan. Didn't come off because she's a freak, but
Thought he had him at his best to beat her. He's just run into a once-in-a-lifetime horse. He's my once-in-a-lifetime horse, and I'm getting beaten by another once-in-a-lifetime horse. So it's
that was
a bit
pretty.
of bad luck.
They say the definition of a champion is a horse that can beat good horses by big margins, and that was a classic case there of that happening. The next question.
2 straight, Gloaming 19, Ajax 18 straight, Carbine and Burner 15 straight, Farlap 14 he strung together in a row, Tulloch 12, Black Caviar 12 of course, and she remains unbeaten as I said, and Kingston Town 11. The international winning streaks, a horse called Kinsum won 54 straight in the 1870s in Hungary.
And one more Group 1 here this afternoon, and this is the All Age for 2011. And at this stage, well, Haylist, the replacement jockey, of course, for Glenn Schofield. Glenn Boss, if you missed that.
Yeah, ones, $11. Haylist, $2.60 into $2.
Well for it anyway, and geez, a super horse on his day, a massive horse, John McNair. As I said, Glen Boss on board for Glen.
Near the rear, and Triple Honour sitting outside them last of all. Hayless getting his own way in front. Melito sitting close at hand in second position, about 3/4 off the lead. Alberta third, Shootout on the outside fourth. Then Heart of Dreams followed by Hinchinbrook. Triple Honour still out a little bit deep. Centennial Park the inside, and Danley sandwiched between that pair. They're about to turn. There's been no pressure applied to Haylist as they run for home now. Boss about to turn the screws, led by a length and a half Melito, and then came Alberta getting a split in the centre from Shootout. Heart of Dreams, Hinchinbrook coming down the outside, but Haylist bounded away. He's 3 lengths in front of Melito. Hinchinbrook's coming right down the outside, and then Heart of Dreams, but it's all Haylist with 150 to go. Hinchinbrook runs to second out in the middle of the track, beautifully rated right in front. He runs the 1400 out and coasts in. It's Haylist first. Photo for the minor down the outside, but Haylist bounded away. He's 3 lengths in front of Melito. Hinchinbrook's coming right down the outside, and then Heart of Dreams, but it's all Haylist with 150 to go. Hinchinbrook runs to second out in the middle of the track, beautifully rated right in front. He runs the 1400 out and coasts in. It's Haylist first. Photo for the minors. Hinchinbrook or Heart of Dreams, and then Melito, followed by Shootout, and then at the head of the other.
Here today, no Black Caviar. Haylist takes out the all-age stakes for 2011. Glen Boss.
And power, this horse, he's just incredible. So he just gave me a superstar ride. He relaxed out in front, and by the time I got the rise, it was just going to be all over. He's going to have too good a turn of foot. Handled the going quite well. Just goes to show how good that mare is, isn't it? Just spanks his horse every time they go around. And I tell you, he felt like as good a sprinter as I've ever ridden. He's a superstar. So just goes to show what a great man Peter's got. But it's all.
You run the Black Caviar, but in his own right, he is a world-class, probably the number 2 sprinter in the world.
It appears that way. Yeah, right. It was just a brilliant performance. He ticked another box, the wet track box yesterday, and look, he obviously a star sprinter, and he just runs in. He's run to a champion of late, Black Caviar, and
That is Black Caviar. There they are, $1.20, $1.20, $1.20. But it's all about this wonderful mare. Bruce Clark and I had the, for the punter's sake, she has been heavily backed.
Cooler than Black Piranha. They're going to the 600 metres, and Haylist and buffering red. Nolan not taking any chances. He peels out 3 deep on Black Caviar. 2 lengths away, the fat Melito. No evidence needed. Black Piranha was bullet. They're coming around the bend, and Haylist the length. Black Caviar, she made the corner awkwardly, but Nolan said, let's go, and coming to the 300, Black Caviar sprinted up on the outside of Haylist, and they're followed by buffering, but Black Caviar is the leader. She got away from Haylist with 100 metres left to go. Start number 13, unlucky for some, not for this one. Black Caviar raced away and beat Haylist, and Haylist the leader. Black Caviar, she made the corner awkwardly, but Nolan said, let's go, and coming to the 300, Black Caviar sprinted up on the outside of Haylist, and they're followed by buffering, but Black Caviar is the leader. She got away from Haylist with 100 metres left to go. Start number 13, unlucky for some, not for this one. Black Caviar raced away and beat Haylist. A mile back third is a 3-way photo. There's nothing between them. No evidence that needed, and the photo is off all and sundry. Well, she scrambled around the corner. She didn't get around it at all. And look at Haylist. Have a look at Haylist. He's beaten the rest of them by an absolute furlong, and she's tackled him again.
Day Brisbane Racecourse. And that goes back to Kingston Town, might and power, and that's as big as you get. I think the build-up to the day and the fact that the mare delivered in front of a capacity crowd here at Durban yesterday, I'd say is the most exciting day I've ever spent in my race broadcasting career, or even as a kid getting to the...
I just endorse Alan's comments. You know, she's the most incredible thing that I've ever been on 4 legs, and you know, probably one of the best. Well, it was the best racing I've ever been to in my career. So.
Now, and Jazz Hart bungled the start, came out about 3 lengths last. Listen, son, from barrier 4, pinged out of the gates, and he led Bowl Glance quickly outside him. And King here, he's got over, one off the fence, and he's getting a good run. 2 lengths away, Kenny's Well, St. Hood, 15 Carat, Mr. Armstrong, played by Air of Magic. Along back as Lucky Lena Warren. Second last, and Jazz Hart is last in a corner. Listen, son, the 350, a length to Bowl Glance. King Pulse, Meet George to the outside from Tampico. Charming Rogue, thank God you're here's called upon, and Warren going in the middle. Listen, son, leads past the 200 from Bowl Glance. Thank God you're here. Meet George and in the clear. Listen, son, thank God you're here. Warham is absolutely motoring down the outside and he's got up. Warham on the lines come from nearly past the beat. Either Listen, son, or thank God you're here. It's a photo from Tampico. Charming Rogue. Thank God you're here is called upon. And Warham's going up in the middle. Listen, son, leads past the 200 from Bold Glance. You're here. Meet George and Warham getting in the clear. Son, thank God you're here. Warham is absolutely motoring on the side and he's got up. Warham on the lines come from nearly last the beat. Either Listen, son, or thank God you're here. It's a photo for fourth. They're all across the track. Meet George.
400 metres. Metres in the finish, AT.
There's not many horses in the country that have it. He's one of them. And I think right back that was the winner.
Oh, I say put him in. I say put him in. Give him a penalty. Get him in the race. He's got a live wire chance. Just the finish of him.
You'll be up watching So You Think contest the Group 1 Tatsel's Gold, but the second start there.
Here's Dermot Wells winning machine.
The one, the only So You Think, Purple Cap, settled in second behind the pacesetter Windsor Palace. Ryan Moore in the saddle, 7-1 on in the UK. The son of High Chaparral has come home for a ready success. So You Think retains all his ability. He's an incredibly talented individual, one of the most naturally talented middle distance horses that Europe, Australia, anywhere in the world has seen for some time. Will take on much better horses. We put this race into context. It wasn't a great race. The horses in behind her once again. So You Think and Ryan Moore, a ready, emphatic winner once again.
Famous Name just in behind the trio with Midmont Lady as they straighten up now and race with the last 2.5 furlongs ahead of them. And So You Think hits the front from Campanologist. Then Famous Name in third, racing down now towards the final furlong. And So You Think and Ryan Moore go on a couple of lengths in front of Campanologist and Famous Name as they race inside the final furlong. It's So You Think who's out 4 lengths in front of Campanologist and running up towards the finish. It's 2 out of 2 for So You Think, who's coming home the clear-cut winner of the Tattersall's Gold Cup for Ryan Moore. Second, Campanologist Famous Name. Famous Name is third.
It was another cakewalk for So You Think in the Tattersall's Gold Cup at Group 1 over 2,000 metres at the last weekend.
Whoopie-doo. What do you know? He's going well. You can only beat up bad horses, but he beat them up well. I can't wait to see him in a real race, and we'll see what we're working with then.
They are experts at handling those races. They'll keep. I mean, we all.
He's an even money favourite for the Prince of Wales at Royal Ascot. So who he meets, well, many suggest that these were the second group world rankings for the year that came out on Friday. Frankel is down champion mare at the top. So You Think at 126 and Hayless there at 122.
Yeah, there's a toe call. Now, what's happening? 360 to 310, Love Conquers All. 280 at the $3 for Beat It. More support for number.
Quickening the speed at the 500. It's Border Rebel. A neck to Love Conquers All. Buffering on the outside now. Beat It just behind those. Black Piranha tracking up behind those. Then All Silent Sniper's Bullet. Love Conquers All and Border Rebel led. Beat It got in the clear quickly. She's sprinting on the outside. They're followed by Black Piranha. Buffering, can't go home. But Beat It raced to the lead from Love Conquers All with 100 metres left to go. Then Black Piranha. Beat It on the outside's just in front. Love Conquers All fighting back. They hit it. Beat It, I think. Beat It, I think. A nose. Love Conquers All in a thriller. Third, Black Piranha. And they're followed then by Border Rebel. Snipers. Beat It. Beat It will be the winner. Number 7, Corey Brown for Peter Snowden. To say about Love Conquers All. Second in the Expressway. Second in the Canterbury Stakes. Second the George Ryder. Second the Doncaster. And has just been nosed out here in an absolute thriller by Beat It in the running of the Doomben 10,000. Black Piranha. He's on track for his third Stradbroke. He's run
5-year-old mare by Lonro, bringing up her first Group 1 in the Doomben 10,000. And it was a gem of a ride by Corey Brown. The equal favourite for the race at $5 with Love Conquers All and Sincero. Playlist, Andrew, doubtful of running, but he's still there in the market at $6.
7 minutes away. Great betting race, always is. The Stradbroke, Love Conquers All at $5. Warham at $6.30. Greg, the big sprint
there. We're looking to Eagle Farm, the Stradbroke. They're behind the barriers for this big Route 1 handicap. It's one of the great handicaps, 750.
Raffaello 41 to 31. Thank God you're here 850. Offering 31. Culminate was around 26. Now Sincero Rich is at $9. The 3-year-old. He hasn't budged off that quote. Zero Rockstar about 10.
Racing in the Stradbroke and Listen Sun near the inside, one of the first to go. Zero Rock began quickly and there goes Buffering straight through. He'll lead today. On settling down, it's Buffering outside. Listen Sun, Star of Octagonal goes to third. Culminators fourth. Zero Rock's going to settle down fifth and Sincero is sixth on the inside, followed by and they're followed by Sniper's Bullet. Black Piranha's a long way back and so is Raffaello, and they're followed then by Alberta and Warhammer's last of all. 6.50 to go. Listen Sun is the leader. A length over Buffering and Zero Rock is third from Culminate, Star of Octagonal. They're followed then by Beat It and they're followed by Border Rebel, Bold Glance, Sniper's Bullet. All silence on the inside and Black Piranha is going to have to thread the needle. Listen Sun led at the 400 from Buffering. Zero Rock Beat It coming up on the outside from Bold Glance. Sniper's Bullets running home and then Culminate. Sincero's looking for a run, but Buffering hit the front, 200 metres to go. Beat It on the outside and Zero Rock and Sincero's coming. Beat It got up to Buffering. Sincero's on the outside. Beat It took the lead. Sincero's going to Beat It and Sincero got up and won the Stradbroke from Beat It, Zero Rock and Buffering. Warren was next from Thank God You're Here, Black Piranha. The next time was Listen Sun, and they're followed then by Bold Glance, all silent by Love Conquers All. He never got into it. A long way back is Rightfully Yours, and last time is Border Rebel. Sincero, blinkers on, fast speed, 1400 Eagle Farm. He brought his A-grade game to the big race.
18 Sincero, well done to Stephen Farley. He had faith in this horse after beating last week. Good speed on. No weight on his back. Jason Taylor, a gun ride, $7.20 and $2.90. Not on the sport.
He had me down. He had knockers, but we're here and we've done it.
A lot of people interim dividends on the Group 1 Amy Stradbroke. Well done to Crusher Farley, Steve Farley, Jason Taylor. Glenn Boss, he had the opportunity. He said, no, I'll stay.
Sincero, the son of Yuma Tillett, 3-year-old, winning yesterday's Group 1 Stradbroke handicap. He paid $7.50. Beat home.
Awful. Warham, it just wasn't his day. Nothing went right there. They slowed up mid-race. He got back. He never got clear galloping room at all. But after assessing the race, it was just a 2-horse domination. The winner, Sincero, and Beat It, who was gallant in defeat. A good ride by McAvoy there. He put her in a beautiful spot from that awful draw. She reminds me a lot of Maybe Mahal with her size and her heart. And she went down fighting. But all honours with the winner.
Come on.
Prince of Wales Stakes, of course. It's part of the British Champion Series, Group 1, 1.25, 2,000 metres. The mighty. So you think to strut his stuff here. Royal Ascot.
Vermeer's got some rope on them here. It's probably 9-10 lengths to Debussy. Then So You Think in third, twice over. Planteur, Tree Putra and Rewilding as they approach the final turn. And the last half furlongs in the Prince of Wales Stakes. The leaders coming back to the pack. So You Think is now leading the chase, travelling very strongly. Twice over and Planteur follow him. Debussy drops right away, pulling up. So You Think is committed by Ryan Moore, starting up the Ascot home straight, chased by Planteur, twice over, Rewilding down the outside, and Future are inside the two. It's So You Think by half lengths. Rewilding is trying to get on turn in second. Planteur can do no more. Just over a first go. So You Think is chased all the while. Rewilding, who stays well. Side the last, So You Think is all out. Here comes Rewilding on the stand side. And Frankie Dettori, he's running down the Aussie. And Rewilding gets a win. The Prince of Wales Stakes. And Frankie punches the air. So You Think his colours lowered. Back in third, Tree Putra.
Oh, what a thrilling race to the Prince of Wales Stakes. The crowd are going ballistic here and around the parade ring, watching the big screen.
Royal Ascot, have a look at this.
Have a look at this. A Coolmore pacemaker, chopping So You Think in half to start with, and then Sweatblind, the pacemaker, was in there for Godolphin. And surely Coolmore can read races better than this. They would have known that So You Think can dominate races from the front. Well, he's won Cox Plates, for God's sake. He takes control here, and others, like Frankel, again, he's a sitting shot. This time, he does get beat. He does get. Maybe he hadn't worked him as hard. He's still a great horse, So You Think, and but he was beaten by a better one on the day who the tactics worked in his favour. The better stayer on the day won, but it's a disgraced, obviously. And I think we're all looking forward. Well, hopefully he goes on the arc path. He does get beat. He does get. Maybe hadn't worked him as hard. He's still a great horse, so you think. But he was beaten by a better one on the day who the tactics worked in his favour. The better stayer on the day won, but it's a disgraced, obviously. And I think we're all looking forward. Well, hopefully he goes on the arc path.